Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 I'm talking about vibe with the blue. Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. I think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. Hold down here. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver. Dream
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie Blerd Without Fear. We are back in the building. I got my homie Carter Presents with me. What's good, pimp?
I saw that new episode of Loki, so now I want my show now, please. Can I have my show, please? Matter of fact, you ain't even got to give me that show. Fuck them kids. I said it on Twitter. Just give me Journey into Mystery. I'll take that.
Look,
but
that
if you want to give me my show.
Wait. Are we? The thing that I just want to know, can I get Throg? Can I have Throg now? We got a whole ass alligator Loki. Can I have a frog Thor, please and thank you?
I didn't expect Kid Loki, so if Throg got to get slammed on a wall, Eddie style, it's just gonna have to happen. Get the Hypno-Toad the fuck out of here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What? Wait a minute. He didn't just throw hands with Donald Blake to get slammed up against the wall. No, do my boy better than that now. Come on now. Do my boy better than that.
Let me explain something to you, okay? This right here was all but confirmed in that episode of Loki. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Only one we ain't got confirmed is him, but Kevin Feige, since he already confirmed it in the last issue of X-Men, he coming. He coming.
Yeah, no, most certainly.
But everybody else, like, all I need is this right here. That's all I need here.
Well, no, this is all. Look at this shit. I'm a fuck with you. All right, I'm a fuck with you. Look at this shit. Y'all. So, yesterday, tweet went out. This was Heroic Hollywood, and they dropped this image that basically showed you every confirmed Young Avengers character, and even a couple of champions. And look, I just want to show y'all this real quick. I just want to look at this shit. Boom, Wiccan.
Oh.
Check. Kid Loki. Check. Speed. Check. Patriot. Check. Kay Bishop. Check. Miss Marvel. She ain't even a Young Avenger. That heifer's a whole champion. But check. We got what name is she? Is she going by stature, or is she gonna be? I wonder what name. Basically, Scott Lang kid. Check. Ironheart, not even a Young Avenger. She a whole champion. Check. We got Miss America Chavez. Check. Go ahead and hook it up. Go ahead and hook all.
Let me go ahead and say this to you real quick. I'm gonna take that same list, okay? Okay. I'm gonna say Wiccan. That boy ain't even went first grade yet. Get him the fuck up out of here, okay? Kid Loki, he can chill right where the fuck he's at, okay? Speedster, I hope he slips on a banana peel. Get him the fuck up out of here. Patriot, this is white America. He ain't gonna work, okay? Get him the fuck out of here, okay? Hawkeye, we got Haley Steinfeld. Take your ass back to Pitch Perfect. Get her the fuck out of here, okay? Miss Marvel, Scott Lang's baby, Ironheart, Miss America. I don't even know who you are. Get them the fuck out of here. Just give me Kid Loki. That's all I'm asking.
Look, this man want the Kid Loki series. This man want the Kid Loki series.
That's all I'm saying.
I ain't mad at you, pimp.
That's all I'm saying.
Not mad at you, sir. I'm not mad with you at all, sir. But no, here's my thing though. Here's my thing with that, and then we'll get ready to get into some other stuff too. So spoilers for I guess I should have said that beforehand. Spoilers for Loki episode 4. In case honestly, if you ain't watched that shit came out Tuesday night. If you ain't watched that shit by now, you wasn't gonna. So I don't even feel bad about it now.
Yeah.
However, can we talk about my boy Richard E. Grant for a second before we move on with the proceedings? Can we please talk? Can we put some respect? Can we please put some respect on my boy Richard E. Grant out here with the Jack Kirby swag. Out here looking like a whole Jack Kirby creation. Can we please put some... Oh, let me pull this shit up. Look at my guy right here. Look, he looked like he ain't even happy to be here. He like, man, he said, who is this motherfucker here? Who is this ugly ass Loki we got sitting up here? Man, he said, do you know I ain't got time for this shit? I got a whole wolf that I need to be trying to unleash on motherfucking on Asgard. Richard E. Grant, for those who know, this is the homie right here, Richard E. Grant, dude. I love this guy. I have loved Richard E. Grant since I was like a kid and saw that. I think the first movie I ever saw Richard E. Grant in was Warlock, a horror movie about an evil witch.
Oh, wow.
It was a horror movie about an evil ass witch, and that dude played a witch hunter named Redfern. And it was just, that movie is not good, but I love it. It's near and dear to my heart. That movie is fucking amazing as far as I'm concerned. It is not a great movie, though, on the whole. But I just, like, when I saw this shit, because I knew Richard E. Grant was on this show. I knew he was cast. I just didn't know who the hell he was playing. I just assumed he'd show up later. I was like, oh, he's going to be a timekeeper. Well, we know timekeepers is on some bullshit. The timekeepers are on some don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, Wizard of Oz bullshit. Then first off, we got a whole brother. We got Brother Thor. We got a whole, and mind you, a Thor carrying, I guess, his own version of Mjolnir. It looked bootleg as fuck, because, that's just how we roll. This looked like something that he done made in his backyard. Like, what is up? Like, what is really going on here?
Ernie, this black looking like Truck Turner around here.
What? Oh God, man. I'm dead. Dude, but look at it. Like, and here's the best part is, a lot of this shit they showed us in the first trailer for Loki. Like, a lot of this we saw in the first trailer for Loki. Didn't even see it. You actually can't see it in this shot because of the shot is a little bit smaller. But if you actually watch it on the show, if you look like right here where my cursor is pointing, that's Avengers Tower right there.
Yeah.
I like how a lot of right there.
I said it on Twitter, but what I said on Twitter, it got kind of overshadowed by that last shot. Be honest, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have that scene in the last episode with Sylvie and Loki basically watching the world end. And we have that same shot we saw from the trailer of Sylvie's back. How many of y'all were mad that wasn't Black Widow like you thought it was? Because you thought that was red hair, and that just was effects from the Skycaller.
I was one of them. I was one of them. I remember when that first saw it, I was like, oh, is that Black Widow? But no, I mean, and that was a rightful thing for anyone to think. I mean, because at the time, the way she was dressed, the how quick the shot comes up, the hue on the hair, it was an easy mistake. But with the benefit of hindsight, I'm like, oh yeah, shit, no wonder.
Got your ass. That's what they did.
But the funny thing about it is I love how people are getting upset that, okay, let's first off, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Blerd Cave. This is episode 114. Welcome to the show. Thank you for pulling up, sitting down, chilling with us. By the way, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to get I want to do introductions first because I want to get that out of the way before I get ugly. Which is already too late. Anyway, I want to just go ahead and say right now, right off rip, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for hanging out with us. Make sure you share the link to the stream all over the damn internet as Carter sits here and cradles and caresses his copies of Young Avengers, because you know what? You got to in this day and age, because the MCU is just wilding right now, because Gabriel Knight's in the motherfucking building. We also got Geronimo Smith. We got Hoodlum Incorporated in this motherfucker. We also got Bart Allen, just came straight out the Speed Force, got electricity and everything all over him. TZ15 in the motherfucking building. Jerry Maurice is in this motherfucker. We also got Hugh Radcliffe Jr. in this motherfucker. We got Disciple Gaming. I see. Ooh, wait, is that RDR70 from across the pond? Hell yeah. I want to say, ooh, wait, is that Fat Man TV? Lord have mercy. Welcome to the show. We also got the True Pharaoh in the building. We got Lamar Rolack. We got SFC Cape Killer in this motherfucker. We also got Don Flywalker. We also got Rain Deb Joys. We got X-Triv in this motherfucker. We got Flotusi in the sumbitch. We got Cornelius Samuel. We got Trip 08201. We also got BKS Ford. We got Zombie Mitch. We got the Dark Main X in here. We also got Black Nito, leader of the Brotherhood of Evil Motherfuckers in the goddamn building. We got Kainomite Hamilton in the motherfucking building from the No Capes podcast. We also got Enigma 9x9 in the goddamn building. We got Aaron I'm not fucking name up. I'm not gonna try. We got Mailman in the goddamn building. We got Jesse Smith. We also got Aaron Jones. We got Splosh, CT Cook. We got the Black Phoenix in this motherfucker. We also got Poe Archery Media in this motherfucker. We also got Jonathan McLean. We got Moses Blackthorn. We got the homie Scott Yard. We got Vampire Hunter Greg. If y'all don't know, little known secret. That's the little cousin of Vampire Hunter D. Don't fuck with him. Y'all go catch that hand. We got Marshall Edwards. We got R. Jack Philham. We got the Urban Prince of Strong Style. We got Yoli Spinner in this motherfucker. We also got, ooh, wait, who is that? Who is that down there? The Robo Strange. What? Oh, y'all better watch out. Y'all better go check him out, because it's the Mel A timeline, and I freaking love comics. Good. What's good, pimp? We also got Malik Kennard up in this motherfucker. We also got, ooh, is that Rubius Archos? We got Rubius Archos in this motherfucker. Oh, god damn. We got K-Pop in this motherfucker. Not to be confused with K-Pop, but also just as interesting. We also got Cornelius Samuel. We also got Black Nerd 05. We got T5 the Great. We got Mr. Yuri G. We also got, ooh, we got Hiryu no Shi in the goddamn building. We also got the Red Lion. Oh man, dude, Red Lion? Red Lion? Is Christopher Priest somewhere around here? We also got Based Kryptonian in the motherfucking building. Man, we got so many people in here, it is not even funny. And you know what that means, y'all? That means we need to get the likes up.
He said it, I did. I was actually gonna say what Scott Yard just put in the chat about the Afro-American Loki. Apparently he's a Thor from a universe where the Avengers are evil. His hammer is made by his mother after Odin died. It's called Spellcaster from a What If.
Ooh.
So it must be a
know that. That is some slick shit.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what it makes me think of, though? Like, when I saw it, the first thing it's funny you said Spellcaster. I actually immediately thought of Stormcaster, which is the one that Storm has. Okay.
Yeah. That's the first thing that popped into my head. But yeah, apparently he's not the Thor. He's the Loki from the universe.
Right.
And the reason he had to murk his Thor because their Avengers were evil. Okay. Alrighty.
Damn. Dude, hey, I'm here for it. Let's go. I want it. That's what I said. I didn't know Tyrese was in Loki.
Please don't do him like that. I gotta put you on hold over there. You're not about to disrespect Loki like that. Don't say Tyrese. No. No, you got I'm sorry. You got to go for that one.
My hammer!
Robo Strange, this is just a Gorillas Edition G-Shock watch. Yeah, I saw you asking about it. Thanks for that $5 super chat, by the way, sir.
Yeah. What's good, Pip? Oh, hey, look. Look, Black Nito says stop playing the shield bash that like button. Look, hey, you know what? Even better. Look, even better. Hit that motherfucker with a charging star. Charging star. Stars and stripes. Who says that? Who says that in the middle of a fight?
America's ass is who says that. Partner.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point. We got Amari Aaron come through, says, I'm hoping that Hunter B-15 lives through Loki so they can bring her back in phase 5 or so and repackage her as Joanna Cargill. Oh, says, don't waste woman Masaku. You know what?
Well, shit, we know she ain't coming back in Lovecraft country.
You ain't shit for that, by the way. You ain't shit for that, by the way. I just want to point that out. Y'all got look. Y'all gotta remember Carter ain't shit sometimes. We also got Jack Philhands. Jack Philhands said Mobius needs to come back dressed like Alonzo Harris and pay the TVA back for doing him dirty as fuck. Dude, yeah, we gotta get that. Because man, that is some wild shit right there. Dude, X-Triv coming through. That man came through with the oh shit, I can do it early. The 1999 in the super chat says he got that triple OG Loki drip. Who's the black guy? Dude, look, I just want to point out something though. Here, I just want to point out something real quick. Dude, look at my guy Richard E. Grant right here. I love the fact we got a whole ass kid Loki right here holding. By the way, this is alligator Loki. Please recognize the snout. I had to argue with someone on Twitter about this. Look, I literally just came from a museum last week about alligators and crocodiles and the differences between them. This is not an alligator. This is not a crocodile. Alligators have more rounded and wider snouts. Crocodiles have thinner, more narrow, and longer, more angular snouts. I don't see angles here, sir. I see roundedness. So look, just alligators, crocodiles, they don't all look alike, okay?
And guess what? In Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, I'm going to kill them all the same. Let's get to the stories, sir.
Wait. Do some days you crawl through the rain?
Shut the fuck up. I have never wished for my Discord to crash so much right now. Don't start that. It's too early in the morning. Oh, God.
You feed...
Jesus Christ.
On a tree frog?
I need to do it.
I just like fucking... To be fair, that's actually one of my favorite fucking theme songs in the history of ever. Eric Morgan with $25. Oh, good lord. Says, wasn't able to come through the cave last week. I was attending the Hellfire Gala. Please accept my apologies. Carter, don't spoil Purge or F9, a.k.a. Avengers 5. Respects to Sha'Carri Richardson for taking it like an adult. Hey, you know what? By the way, I just want to point out.
Man, I wouldn't have took it as an adult. I'd have been throwing shit all over the fucking place.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd have burned that mother. Look. You know that Olympic torch?
Mm-hmm.
They'd have caught that motherfucker in the motherfucking... Y'all have seen the Olympic torch burning at somebody's house.
Oh, yeah. You'd have seen me lighting a blunt with that torch. Fuck out of here.
Oh, by the way, I didn't even catch it yet. Okay, yeah, here it is. We got the... Okay, thank you, Scott Yard, for that. Yeah, I didn't see the super chat earlier to highlight. But this is basically what we were talking about a minute ago. About Spellcaster. Mm-hmm. Which I think is really cool. So awesome that they actually... Dude, the deep cuts that Loki is pulling. Good lord. We also got King Kunta. Says, is Loki trying to smash himself?
I mean...
look.
It's better than the alternative.
I mean, look.
Get that wrist action going. It's better than the alternative.
Look.
I'd much rather go after the blonde female than getting the wrist action.
Right. Well, the thing is, it's funny that this got brought up too, because we were talking about this earlier before the show, is the fact that the showrunner, and I think even Tom Hiddleston himself said, there is actually no romantic link between Sylvie and Loki themselves. Like, their relationship is more platonic than it is anything else. Like, I think some people saw, like, the moment where, like, he was getting ready, like, he was holding her face, they thought he was about to kiss her, but, like, I think
he wasn't even holding her face, he was holding her shoulder.
Or he was holding her shoulders, yeah. But he got real close in her face, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, he said that I've never done this before. I'm pretty sure Loki has fucked several people, so it ain't that. That shouldn't have been the one thing in people's heads. I think it was more so, I understand you. I get it.
Right. Yeah, that's... Well, it is, people are so quick to ship individuals.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the shit that Anthony Mackie got. We're not going to spend time on this, but Anthony Mackie got in trouble for this a couple of weeks ago when he talked about how people won't allow two heterosexual males to be friends without them fucking. And it's like, I mean, he didn't say it as elegantly or as eloquently as I just did, but I mean, he's not wrong. The fact that the other day. I don't know if Cypher World is in here, but when I was in Atlanta, me and Cypher were hanging out. We went out and got some tacos and shit, and while I was in Atlanta, and I know for a fact there were people who walked by that table and saw two whole ass black and brown people sitting at the table looking across it from one another, and I'm pretty sure somebody thought we were fucking. And it's like, no, we're just sitting here talking.
Wonder if he rub his head.
Right. Like, ooh, what? Like, you know what? I bet you they're together, man. I just know it. It's like,
look
no.
at them. I bet he grabbed his head like this. Big.
You ain't shit, motherfucker. I just want to let you know right now. You ain't shit, goddammit.
I just hate people sometimes because 9 times out of 10, this is some goofy ass, ugly ass, overweight ass girl who still does Tumblr fan fiction. This is who these people are. And then that one girl gets it, and then everybody else starts going with it. That's how this stuff works. I fucking hate it. So many people. And then we've seen this with Anthony Mackie, with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We saw this shit with Supernatural. There were people starting petitions because there was a character on Supernatural that didn't get hooked up with an angel on the show because the angel said, I love you. He could have meant I love you as brother because of all the adventures they've gone through. No, not to people in the LGBT community. No. That means y'all got one of y'all need to be blowing the other one's back out. It can't just be two BFFs. It can't be two best friends. It can never be that.
Well, I think what didn't even help it. Well, okay, so this is what happens. This is what doesn't help matters in these situations, that like usually when this is going on, usually the actors involved are usually encouraging this. So like I forget the guy's name, but and I don't even remember his name from the show because it's been so long. Full disclosure, I stopped watching Supernatural after season 6, like a normal decent human being. Which is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was either season 5 or 6 that was supposed to be the logical conclusion of the entire series. 5. Okay, so yeah, I stopped after 5. That's when I stopped. Like when season 5 was done, I actually had, by that point in time, the show had been on for a while, so I knew that was when the show was supposed to end, and I just stopped watching it there and allowed myself to preserve the memory of a show that I really enjoyed. I don't remember the name of the angel, but so because it's been that long and.
That's Castiel.
Castiel, there you go. I never would have remembered that name. Anyway, I remember the actor.
I'm a Supernatural fan, so I know.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The actor who plays Castiel, he actually came out and said that they pushed for that, to have that kind of to have Dean and Castiel have that. That gay relationship, which, I mean, hey, if they would have went with it, fine, I wouldn't have gave a shit, but it's just like, it's one of those things that
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I forget what it was, and like, that's what I'm saying, it's always one actor that is like, oh yeah, cool, I'd have done it, and then like another, because like Sebastian Stan actually encouraged the whole Falcon Winter Soldier relationship. But the thing is, it's because we focus too much on people having sex and fucking. And it's like, dude, just I mean, to be fair, being gay is just like hanging out with your buddies. Just that you put each other in a camel clutch every now and again. But yeah, I hit the button on myself here. Danger. Anyway. It's the same thing. But at the same time, I feel like you can't have like we are so accustomed to Hollywood telling us that two characters have to be together in order for the story to make sense. It was kind of like what's a good example? I'm trying to think of a good example of a movie or TV show that's done this recently and did it very well. But there have been movies and TV shows that have come out in recent memory where there's a female character or a male character, and there is no love interest. They just have friends, and that's it. Or they just know people who they're close with, who they share some kind of connection with, but it's not like a romantic connection. And that's the thing I think is actually a more healthier way to look at life. You ain't gonna be dating every motherfucker that you meet. Just is not normal. But I hate how we look at this like, oh, it's two dudes or two chicks, or even a dude and a chick, and we're just like, they gotta be fucking.
Well, here's the thing. This is in Loki's case. What happened with Loki is they gave people some rope. They gave, they gave him an inch. when in that episode, Loki was asked
Someone say
about.
they gave him more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I hit the button.
Someone asked Loki the question, have there been any kings or queens in your life? And he said there's a little bit of both. That's all he said. So they gave you an inch. And then you see him with Sylvie, and then you take it completely fucking overboard. I think it's this weird, and I don't mean to kink shame or any kind of shame that there is, but it's these weird goof troop ass Tumblr girls who still listen to Asking Alexandria and cut themselves.
Lord.
It's
This man said Asking Alexandria. I have not heard that band's name in a dog.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's these goofy ass Tumblr girls that still wear all black eyeliner, Asking Alexandria, and Devil Wears Prada, and cut themselves.
Are they smoking clove cigarettes? They still make clove cigarettes.
They still vape.
Oh Lord, they got clove vape now. That's probably what they got.
So this goes back to like the Twilight time when they wanted the sparkly boy and the wolf boy to be going at it. Like nothing. People just can't leave shit where it is. Or if you want to make that its own thing, that's just for you, that's cool. But don't force other people to believe it.
Right.
Just because you want this to be
that's
a
your
thing.
headcanon.
Exactly.
That's your
exactly.
headcanon.
That's your headcanon. That's fine because it's yours. You have a right to think this. But when you try to put it on other people, or you have all these these Twitter groups that, because like literally after the last episode of Captain America and the Winter Soldier ended, I can't tell you how many fucking Twitter pages I see with thousands and thousands of Twitter followers shipping Sebastian Stan, Anthony Mackie, and shit together, and they are just dogging people out who say otherwise. And the people who are saying otherwise aren't even being negative. They're simply asking the question: have you all just never heard of two people just being friends? And then they get dog piled on and get called homophobic and get called all these horrible things. In my honest fucking opinion, I would be happier if y'all just took y'all asses back to Tumblr. I would have told y'all to just go to OnlyFans, but now OnlyFans is trying to go the quote unquote noble route. Say they finna try to get rid of all the nudie girls. So y'all ain't got nowhere to go but Tumblr. Maybe make a Facebook group. I don't know. Get y'all ugly asses on somewhere with this shit, man. And plus, you know who else fault it is? Game of Thrones. That's who else's fault it is.
That is true. That is true.
I
think Game of Thrones actually really had people like freaking out about like I think shipping. I mean, shipping was a thing before Game of Thrones, but I think Game of Thrones made it worse because they actually to put a finer point on it. The showrunner I actually found the showrunner's quote about this. Now, granted, this is actually before the episode 4, the Nexus Point had aired, but Kate Herron actually came out and said that there was never an intention to introduce a romantic relationship between the two characters. I got it right here. Bam, right here. According to Loki Helmer, Kate Herron, however, it was never their intention to introduce a romantic relationship between the two. Rather, the writer's room simply wanted to establish a friendship between Loki and Sylvie because neither of them have any friends. It goes on to say that for me, it was just about it becoming a character study, not necessarily romantic, but Loki doesn't have many friends, you know. He builds this friendship with Mobius across the second episode. It was really about crafting out characters that by the time they get to the city at the end of the show, they're going to work as a team, and they have to have gone on a journey, and maybe they'll be friends. We don't know, but at least they are at a point where, okay, I've got your back in this moment. And she goes on to say that, and I think then with Lamentus, it was the next step. It was like, actually, this is quite a scary scenario here. The key for the finale bit was that I wanted the audience to feel like they were along for the ride with Sylvie and Loki as they try and get to the arc. So that's why I was like, we should just have it as this big epic shot. And that's what this was all about. This had nothing to do with romance. It had nothing to do with finance. It had nothing to do with anything. It was literally just them saying, hey, these two people, they're getting to know each other. They're becoming friends.
Yeah.
So take that as you wanna. Take that as you wanna. But if you want to ship them, I'm not saying you can't, but I just don't expect me to buy into the delusion. If that was not the intention of the right, because this is my thing, and this is just the way I'm wired. If the person who created the thing that I am consuming comes out and says, this is the intention behind what I wrote or what I created, that is the intention to me. That becomes my canon. Now, I can still think, well, maybe there's room for this, or maybe there's room for that, and that's fine too. But at the end of the day, if the showrunner, the creator, the artist, the author, whatever the fuck comes out and says, this is the way it was intended to be, that's the way it was intended to be. And I just live with it. It just is what it is.
You know what? I'm happy you said that, because let's go back to Supernatural for a sec. I'll never forget this. Go ahead. Because I was getting dogged out on Twitter about it, because a lot of people were shipping them. And I asked the question of, well, what episode did you see this actually happen on? I'm just wondering, you know what I mean? Because if you're saying all of these things, what episode did you see all of these things happen? And then I got dogpiled for it. But and then someone else made a comment about how, well, the guy that plays Dean has said that was never the case. These are just two people who care about each other and they're a family. It's been however many seasons of Supernatural there have been, and I'll never forget, because there was one person on those posts that flat out said, well, just because he said it doesn't make it fact. It doesn't make it true. Well, this is the person who has the script. This is the person who's been the same character for 14, 15, however many fucking seasons.
Fans are entitled. Fans are entitled. Fans are entitled. Look, I'm be honest with you, and that's just a fact. Fans, and don't get me wrong, because this actually came out, something along these lines actually was spoken about recently by somebody else, but we live in an age where fans feel entitled to be involved in the creative process of things, or they feel that their input is should be more heavily considered in the creative process of things. But here's the thing, that would make it a collaborative effort, and if it's a collaborative effort, and you already know how, I'm about to say, that means you probably get a check. And I'm sorry, but that's just not the way the world works. I mean, maybe could it change, or maybe there are things where it's more of a collaborative effort. But here's the deal. Reggie Hudlin once said that when he was writing Black Panther, he constantly got hate mail. People saying, "Oh, your Black Panther run is trash. Your Black Panther run is garbage," and they're like, "Oh, you should stop writing this storyline and and do it this way. Turn it around and do it this way. If you did it this way, it'd be even better, and you probably actually make some money." Well, Reggie Hudlin, as a troll, he actually, like the suggestions everyone was giving him, he actually put them into the story, and guess what happened? The books were the lowest selling books of his run. So here's the thing. Let the fucking creators create. I mean, yes, it's nice to offer them suggestions. Actually, matter of fact, I remember talking to Vita Ayala about this, about how, Vita was saying how, stop trying to tell creatives what to do with their work. Because what will typically happen, if you go on Twitter, you go on Reddit, you go on Facebook, you go on TikTok, whatever the fuck, and you start demanding that a creator do something with a certain piece of their property or something that they're working on, like, case in point, going and telling a motherfucker what characters should be together, what characters shouldn't be together, or who needs to be in your whatever, Vita came out and said that actually encourages creatives to do the opposite. Because you're trying to enforce on their narrative. We talk about freedom of speech, freedom of creativity. That's what you're taking away from them. You're trying to make them do something that you want because you're trying to satisfy this.
If you're not in that business, if these are creators
write
that are
your own
creating,
stories.
Okay. If these are creators that are creating, and you have a part-time job as a fry cook at fucking Arby's, Fry them motherfucking fries, big dog. Don't worry about what's going on over here.
You better
okay?
make me some fries and shut the fuck up.
If you're trying to tell a Vita Ayala, if you're trying to tell a Al Ewing how he should do this story, maybe you should have got a job at Marvel. Oh, you couldn't? You dropped out in 8th grade? Shut your ass up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, no, you're not wrong though. You're not wrong.
Let the creators create.
Yeah.
You work at a grocery store stocking baby food. Be quiet. Be quiet. Goodness.
Look, I'm just saying. I'm not, and here's the thing. We're not even trying to be ugly about this. It's just,
no.
It is what it is. Like, okay, like case in point for me. When I was talking with, and this actually came up when I was talking with Vita Ayala. The reason why the conversation was started in the first place was because of the whole issue with Storm and Black Panther.
Okay.
When they did for Ten of Swords, when they had the whole Splitsville thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave them my opinion about why I didn't think it was an okay thing to do. And they gave me their reasoning for why it happened, and it's not my place to say what it was or what the outcome is. That's for them to tell.
I'll punch you in your damn face. Why you say that if you weren't gonna tell it? You see how he be doing these name drops and shit as of late because now he has names to drop. Man, look, I can't wait. I can't wait, boy. I can't wait.
But I'm being real though. I'm trying to be real though. The fact that they had their reasons for doing what they did. Mm-hmm. There's a long-term booking reason as to why it was done. We're kind of already seeing the fruits of that labor right now. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is. We may not like it. We may not enjoy it. And here's the thing. That's kind of what life is. We're not supposed to like every choice that the characters, these fictional ass fucking characters, we're not supposed to like every choice they make. Because if we liked every fucking choice they made, it'd be fucking weird. You're not supposed to like everything that someone does. You need to question what they do sometimes. It's the same way I feel about fictional characters, the same way I feel about politics. I don't like everything. The politicians who I typically tend to lean towards, I don't like everything they do. Yeah. They're not a fucking sports team. They're not the fucking Steelers or the Cowboys or the 93 Bulls, the 3-peat Bulls or whatever. They're just people. They fuck up. And that's life. And that's what fictional characters do too. That makes them more real. Yeah. That's what makes them feel real, is because that's reality. It's kind of like, what was it? People got mad about Way of X. People were mad at Cy Spurrier because of how he wrote Nightcrawler. And because of what he was doing with Cy Spurrier's a terrible person. He's making it so that there's tons of orphans on Krakoa. Oh my God, cancel him. But here's the thing. He ain't doing it. He's just writing a story. It's a fucking story. You remember that scene from, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back? Ben Affleck? When he says, these are fictional characters. Fictional characters. That's all it is. Let the fictional characters be fictional.
All these people that I see nowadays, they're all turning into that lady from fucking Misery. That's what all you people are. That's what all you weird ass people are turning into.
Was it Kathy? Was it Kathy Bates?
Kathy Bates, yeah, that's what they're turning into.
Tennessee's own Kathy Bates.
I don't like what Nightcrawler is doing. Then the cock-a-doodie Krakoa. I don't like you people. I really don't.
You know what, y'all, like, these are the type of motherfuckers who would, if they saw Jonathan Hickman right now in the streets, they'd capture him, drug him, and break his ankles and his feet so he couldn't go anywhere. That's what y'all would do. Y'all pull that Misery bullshit. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I used to think Misery was a comically stupid fucking story. But you know what? I would like to issue an apology to Stephen King right now. Stephen King, I know you are a fan of the Blerd Cave, so I know you're here watching and listening right now. And I know you're busy, but I just want to take a moment of your time to say that I apologize for calling Misery stupid. When I originally heard of the story and seen it, and even up until recently, used to call it stupid. No, it's not stupid. That's reality now. How dare I call your storytelling stupid? Even though some of it is. But I'm just saying, though. It is what it is. Anyway, moving along. I like to talk about something happy for a change. Aaron Zarexi coming through with the 1999 super chat. Says, showing love to the Blerd Cave. Loki was so dope this week, but did you see they canceled Lovecraft Country? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We're going to be talking about it here just a little bit. Got a couple other things we want to discuss first. But, yeah. Sucks. Hashtag sucks. Gabriel Knight with the 1999 super chat. Says, just showing support. Get those likes up, people. Hey, by the way, don't make me, you know what? Here, I'm going to cut these lights off. Hold on.
I didn't do it.
I'm cutting the lights off all the way. Let me. I got to cut these lights off, man. Y'all bullshitting. Look. Look, we are going to be listening to the sweet, dulcet sounds of Little Crow by Giorgio DeCampo. Let's see if we get these likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Please, thank you. They play so fine, don't you agree?
I did this as a joke. I'm supposed to be a one-off. This is not my doing. Y'all cannot be mad at me. I did not do this.
Look, we're at 157 likes. I'm gonna need the likes to get up to. I need to see them come up. I need to see at least. Can we get it to 200, please? Thank you. I would love to see 200, please. Can we get 200? Carter, do you think we can get 200? I'll give you at least. It was
like 200 viewers with this nasty music playing.
Look, why does it sound like the Saints go marching in? Wait, can we? No, we can't. Is that public domain? Is that public domain now?
Yeah, I didn't do this.
The Saints go marching in. I'm gonna find that motherfucker.
The Lolly House. I did not create this. This was not my doing. Yuri G, y'all not finna put this on me, dog. Don't you put that evil on me. I didn't do this.
Look, I'm just sitting back here, man. I'm just sitting here drinking my Dr. Pepper.
I didn't do this. I swear to God.
Look, hold up.
Why I gotta stand before the council? This was a one-off. You hear what I'm telling y'all? This was a one-off.
They say you one of the helmet bros.
I don't even have a helmet. My head is perfectly fine.
Actually, I do kind of want to get one of them. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find me a replica Cerebro helmet.
Like the new one?
Yeah, dude. If I could, I'm sure someone's fucking made one of those things.
Now I gotta look.
Go on Etsy. The motherfuckers be making shit like that all the time. But yeah, we're taking a little break. You know, we're taking a light break.
Robo Strange with the $15 super chat saying, "Here's 15 to keep this chill vibe going." Somebody gonna kill your car for saying that. If they live where you live, they gonna kill your car. This man said chill vibe. Lord have mercy. Ooh, you better not be neighbor with somebody who watched Blerd Cave. Boy, you about to get caught up.
Look, Robo like, man, look, we're at 183. If we could get to 190,
yeah, I will say that we're over half.
We're over half. Like,
I'm trying to help y'all, goddammit.
If we get to 190, please, ladies and gentlemen. Because right now, I'm going to tell y'all, man, Dollars from Hell. Giorgio DeCampo is what's playing right now. Dollars.
Why y'all blaming me?
Dollars from Hell, y'all. Actually, tell you here, let's go to the beach. Let's at the beach.
Why y'all saying that I did this to y'all? I can't control this shit. I can't push all the goddamn buttons on Discord. This is him. This ain't me, dog.
We got a $4.99 super chat from the homie Conway Burke. Don't say my fault for the late like. Hope this makes up for it. Mystique gonna be that saber-tooth pillow. Lord, yes she is. Look, go mess around and make another Nightcrawler. Saying. Throwing that out there, y'all. We appreciate you, Conway Bergdahl. We appreciate you, Pimp. Let's see here. Cyclops is better than Wolverine. Says X-fans are way too focused on who's gay also to me. Well, that's kind of part and parcel. They've kind of become as the X-Men have progressed in time, they've become not just a analog for civil rights, but they've also become an analog. Oh, look, there we go. See, look, y'all are so good. Now we can cut it. We're 191. I appreciate that. Thank you. Here, I'll cut these lights back on. I'll go ahead and let me cut the lights back on. But they have become an analog as well for all marginalized groups, not just civil rights. So that's just, it is what it is. And that's not even a new thing, if we're being brutally honest. That's kind of been that way for the last decade. It's just some people notice quicker than others. Let's see here. We also got Coin Sumo says Walter T'Challa is going to be grinning like a mofo about Storm's ascension on the Queen of Mars status. I mean, hey, the rising tide lifts all ships. I'm just saying. Rising tide lifts all ships, pimp.
Tell me what, I actually did find a YouTube channel, and the guy actually did make Xavier's new helmet, the Cerebro helmet.
See? There's a dude that made an actual working Captain America shield, too. Like, it actually bounced off shit and came back.
Oh, if it's like, what do you mean working? I could take this goddamn bottle and throw it at somebody and scream for America, and I'd be Captain America.
Well, no. What he did was he made it where, like, he could throw it, and it would bounce. Mm-hmm. Like, I think he couldn't get, I don't know if he got it to bounce off more than 2 different surfaces, but, like, he would bank it off of one wall and go to the other wall and then come back to him. So
that sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it was. Darkman said, you notice they casually dropped the Loki's LGBTQ. Loved it. Yeah, no, dude, I was same. Like, and the thing is, it was very casual. It was very casual. Yeah. They didn't.
This is kind of like what we were talking about with Elliot Page last week.
Yeah, just be casual.
Like if they just be casual about it, just do it. Yeah. They just keep it moving.
Yeah, they're like, oh, hey, what's going on? Anyway, back to the story.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't be a stop the press moment.
Yeah.
It should be just like anything else in life. It should be normal. Delali House with the $5 super chat says Namor leaving the gala, punching the air right now. Hashtag he gonna cry in the car. Lord, look, he in his aqua car. But by the way, I did appreciate the shade they threw at Namor on Rick and Morty. I appreciated that.
I still have not seen it. Holy shit. $2 super chat from Tubes the One saying, what's up, Blerd and Carter? Just got my first stimmy check I was supposed to get a year ago. Showing some love for the cave. Also got a new job and I'm moving soon. Can I get a W? Yes, sir, you can.
Look. Boo! Look at dude, congratulations, my guy. I knew you were moving, but dang, I didn't know you. First of all, I didn't know they was holding your stimmy like that, bro.
I was gonna say, goddamn,
bro. You should have said something.
I'd have been a little irate.
Look, we'd have routed. No, we wouldn't go to the Capitol House. We're not doing that. We're not crazy. We're not.
They're on code for that. Don't do that. Scott Yar would be at the front.
See,
Scott Yar to let us in.
Yeah. We can't go out there like that. Travis Kaze here wait for alligator versus Throg. Dude, I'm here for it. I want that. I want to see that. I actually want to see that. By the way, this is our homie Tubes One right here. By the way, Tubes One, I'm gonna be hitting you up here pretty soon. I've been just crazy busy. But I will be hitting you up here very soon. Yes, sir. By the way, can we please show some love for Tubes One? A lot of y'all may or may not know this, but Tubes One has done some editing work for me, and helps make my life less stressful. Vernon Harris says this stream is for high value comics fans only. You goddamn right it is. We are high value. King Coon with the $5 super chat says sounds like something Steve Rogers will put on when a woman comes through. Hey, look. because Steve Rogers is high value, and yeah, he respects game. I'm just throwing it out there. By the way, Tuesday also thank you for that membership. We appreciate you, pimp. Like I said, let's get back. Let's get into it. We've been standing on ceremony. Carter.
Into a yes.
Well, I'm about to say, yeah, we've been almost an hour in and standing on ceremony. The trial of Magneto, sir.
Yes.
It is finally upon us. It actually appeared. You know what? I just want to point this out, and this spoilers for X Factor number 10. I don't know what to tell y'all. I wasn't ready. I was not ready.
Holding my judgment, unlike you.
What?
He did it. He done did it. He did it. I already got my videos out. He did it. That's you right now, Pink Talk.
Look,
it wasn't
well, no,
saying, yeah, he killed him. Yep, killed him dead. I saw it. I seen it.
Well, I mean, shit, Marvel had said it. Marvel spoiled it. Marvel spoiled it before the comic came out. Comic wasn't even on the shelf yet, and they already had pictures of Magneto holding Wanda's dead body. My problem is that they clapped that motherfucker in front of her own damn son. Got this boy here crying like he Tyrese.
I'm gonna laugh if it was you over here talking about it was Magneto. He did it. It was obvious he did it. I'm gonna laugh if it was somebody just irrelevant, like it was fucking Dupe. Like Dupe didn't clap Scarlet's Witch. Dupe forgets nothing. That great motherfucker said, "No, I had enough of this. Hold on."
He's like,
we going back to the Marvel Now times when I had my own miniseries. Get Scarlet Witch the fuck out of here.
He said, y'all putting all this respect on Scarlet Witch. Y'all need to remember who your boy is out here in these streets. Who's y'all calling when y'all needed help? Y'all needed Duke. Where was she at? Anyway. But no, one of the things that, and here I'm just going to do this because it's easier. It's easier than pulling up the other thing. But here, let's kill that. There you go. All right. So
I'm just saying, he should have seen who did it. All them eyes. That motherfucker should see everybody on Krakoa. He should have seen who did it.
I mean, iBoy was out here doing whole ass Naruto jutsus. You see that shit, the motherfucker was like, whoop, whoop. And they even did the little sound effect that, whoop. Next thing that dude did, that motherfucker was doing hidden leaf fire style fireball jutsu.
Conway Burkdog just brought up a good question before we get into it. Will they bring her back?
Okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, so here's the deal. Trial of Magneto. We saw Wanda Maximoff. She got fucking look. She got bruises around her throat. Dude, she'd have been choked. I want to know what she said. I actually want to know what she said to Magneto that made him choke the shit out of her. Because, look, the bruises on the neck, that is very telling. That wasn't like let me, oh, wait a minute. Oh, we done lost Carter. Oh, I think Carter... Oh, there he is. Did we lose you?
It's Chrome. I finally figured it out. It's Chrome.
What happened?
I don't know. Chrome is buggy and glitchy as shit. I don't know why, but we good now. Yeah. We know what the problem is.
That's Chrome for you. That's Chrome for you. But yeah, so yeah, we already kind of know what's going on here. You know, you got motherfucking Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
You had, what was it, Kurt over here. Mother was drunk as fuck.
That was funny as shit. That was hilarious.
Dude, Cy Spurrier had my dude looking a whole fool. But no, the reason why I said what I said is because Wolverine said it.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine said it. He was like, where's Magneto? He smelled him. He smelled Magneto on the Scarlet Witch. Not to mention, it seemed like it was, apparently whatever meeting they had wasn't so secret.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there was other people who knew about it. And basically what's going on here is that let's go here. So the whole idea of this is that they're going to be doing this whole trial of Magneto. Magneto killed Scarlet Witch, and he's being held to task for it because not only has he killed the Scarlet Witch, here's the thing I think about. You're talking about a former Avenger, current Avenger, actually. You're talking about the Queen Mother of the Kree Skrull Empire. You can't forget that aspect of it. This is an act of war. This is an act of war, straight up and down. Now, that said, yes, it's fucked up, but I don't think it's going to go the way people think it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that this is going to go down the way people expect it to go down. I don't think this was even murder so much as assisted suicide.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if the entire reason behind this was so that she gets brought back. I mean, let's double back here a little bit. Yeah, let's see if we can. But yeah, here. There's this part here. He says, "Then I thought of my children and how I failed them, all of them."
Yeah.
And he said that, or rather, Scarlet Witch's response was basically that, I'm not really your, and basically what she's trying to say is I'm not really your daughter. And he cuts her off and says, I know, but sometimes what is real is not the same as what is true.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it takes two to pretend.
Yeah.
And then even getting away from, here, let's go to, right here. Oh, you there? Oh, we lost him again. There he is. But no, he goes on to say that you are my daughter. You will always be my daughter, and I will do what I must to make things right. Now, here's the funny part about this, is that part is in bold, which means this is a very important part of the text. Well, we got you. Oh, there he is. But yeah, so he says, and I will do what I must to make things right. What I actually took that as incredibly literal. I think what he did was he killed her so that he could have her resurrected, so that they could have her brought back. And of course, we know Magneto is not above some fuck shit. He has proven that on multiple occasions. Something tells me, especially after what we heard from Mr. Sinister.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to how he said he could fix Franklin Richards. Was something that came up. He brought up how he could fix Franklin Richards. He could fix his not being a mutant problem.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that he could fix Scarlet Witch. He could probably give her an X gene. Think about it. Mr. Sinister gave himself an X gene.
Mm-hmm.
He's made himself into an honorary mutant. Even though he technically is more of a human mutate, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
It would not be out of the realm of possibility that Magneto killed her so that she could be brought back. And that because here's another thing we got to think about too. Leah Williams wrote the last issue of X Factor, was writing the entirety of X Factor up to this point. Leah Williams is also writing the trial of Magneto. If anybody knows, it's going to be Leah Williams. And I'm willing to gamble that, especially considering how she's written some of the other aspects of X Factor, it wouldn't surprise me if the solution was the one that made the most sense.
I wouldn't say the one that makes the most sense. I'd say I feel like it's way too obvious to be that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would give her much more credit in weaving something that has probably been something that's been planned out a lot more. I like it being Magneto was way too obvious. Plus, like, what would he gain from her having X gene? That's still not your daughter.
Well, no, but it would change. Well, no, what he's talking about is changing her status. Because you got to remember, she's hated by all mutant kind.
Yeah.
For not just for the whole idea of House of M.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just for that. She's hated for more than that. She's hated for pretending to be a mutant, for lying about her status as being a mutant. And I think what Magneto is trying to do is he's trying to fix that. He's trying to basically give her what he feels was hers to begin with, her birthright as being a mutant, and thus trying to change the way people look at her. And I mean, yeah, it's crazy, sounds nuts, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if that was the case.
But the thing with that is, even if she does have that X gene, even if she is a mutant, you're still going to be the Scarlet Witch that no one likes. You're just a mutant that no one likes.
That's true.
Then you're going back to you're going back to what people thought you were to begin with. Mm-hmm. You're just a mutant that we didn't like. So that's why I'm saying that I feel like that would be too obvious.
Well, but see, here's the other thing you got to think about.
Okay.
What would she get back if she were a mutant? She'd get amnesty. Think about it. Mm-hmm. Apocalypse has done terrible shit.
Yeah.
He's allowed a seat at the table. Hell, some would say he's the head of the table. Until he left. Mr. Sinister has committed great atrocities against, Mr. Sinister has created great atrocities against the X-Men and against humanity. He has a seat at the table.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is more about. This is about, granted, yeah, there are some mutants who they don't allow, like mutants like Madeline Pryor, but it's because she's a clone. And she's a clone of Jean, more importantly. But I feel like that is kind of what it's about. Because if she is a mutant, she can technically be, given some level of amnesty. Which, I mean, makes a great deal of sense. Hold up. Here. There he is. I was going to say, Carter, just, I think I know what the problem is. I would not try, what the fuck? Why would anybody send me this, Lord? But no, just, I would say just watch along, don't try and watch the stream in Discord. That might be the problem. That might actually be the problem. If I had to hazard a guess. But, it might, computer might think it's trying to do too much. But getting back to that though. And here, let's see. I'll take this opportunity to answer some super chats. Let's answer some super chats here for a second. Lord knows we got a bunch of them. Let's see here. We also got Malcolm C. Thank you for that membership. We appreciate you. Thank you. Coin symbol with the $5 super chat says that moment when you get that feeling, Xavier and Eric, they're gonna start beefing again like in the 90s. Hashtag friends no more. It's possible. Well, I also think, let's be real though. Chucky X has his own problems right now, in Way of X. I know one of the solicits I saw, it showed Charles in a very weird light, because he's got stuff with Onslaught going on. He is revealed to probably very possibly already being compromised. So right now, Eric and Chuck both got some shit going on. Honestly, we need to have trial of Professor X. God damn it, that's what we need. We need Professor X to be put on trial. God damn it. Lamar Rolak with a $5 super chat says, Phil, the Magneto didn't kill Wanda. It was Onslaught, and he is on trial because he wanted to resurrect a non-mutant. What do you think? I wouldn't be surprised if Onslaught's influenced the situation. But I mean, one of the things I think is very clear. And I think there's a reason why Wolverine is in that last shot. Because Wolverine is able to tell who was nearby. He's able to get an idea of who was present. Now, it could very well be that maybe it was Mystique that did it, posing as Magneto. That would not surprise me either, considering the lineup of events where Mystique is already kind of plotting some fuck shit right now against Magneto and Charles Xavier. None of this would surprise me at all. But at the same time, if it was a more on a more, I guess, sentimental level, the idea of Magneto wanting to have to make Scarlet Witch be a mutant again would not surprise me either. Either way, all things considered, not things I think that anyone on the council will be crazy about. Resurrecting Wanda or trying to resurrect Wanda or trying to make her a mutant one way or the other. Either situation, I think, would probably get Magneto kicked out. Or at least get him some side-eye. Let's see here. We also got Pop Culture Guy 3000 coming through with the $4.99 super chat. Says, on a related note, some people think that Prodigy getting off by the Hollywood serial killer was a disservice to his bi-icon status. Agree or disagree? No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think it was a point. There was a point to be made. There was a point to be made there, and I think some people probably didn't catch it. The fact that Prodigy tried to do, and this is the thing I think a lot of people don't catch either, is that Prodigy is not some super powerful, all-powerful mutant. He is just as susceptible to a fuck-up as anybody else is. But no, he tried to take down a Hollywood serial killer, and he got caught. He got caught off guard. He thought that he knew better, and he didn't. And they used, now granted, yes, they did make him the sacrificial Negro. That is not, that is definitely something that was done. But at the same time, they also gave him, or not gave him rather, but what they did with him is they used him as a way to draw attention to the violence that is enacted against black LGBTQ individuals, which is at an all-time high. A lot of people don't talk about it because it's easier to just look the other way. But yeah, I would dare say, like, over, I think it was if I remember correctly, the number was somewhere around either 80 or 88%. Somewhere around in that number. It was about 80 or 88% of the deaths of LGBTQ individuals due to hate crimes. That number is largely black LGBTQ individuals. We've seen, like, there have been multiple instances where people have been found dead, beaten to death, strangled to death. It just is what it is. It is what it is. And it sucks. But, I mean, they use that moment to make it a teachable moment. Malcolm C. Jr., we appreciate that $3 super chat. Let's see here. So Grizzly with a $5 super chat says he's also clapping Rogue's cheeks. Ain't that a crime? I mean, technically, he is very much her senior. But, she was legal at the time. Robo Strange with a $5 super chat says, publishing and Marvel Studios will forever be intertwined. They're not going to do WandaVision just to kill her off in the comics. No. It is the same thing here. When you look at, what was it? The death of Doctor Strange. They also have, it has been implied that Spider-Man is going to be killed off because the new, I think it was the new Amazing Spider-Man ongoing is going to supposedly be Ben Reilly, not Peter Parker. People are assuming that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is going to be killed off. You always have to read between the lines in that shit. Whenever they say the death of something, very rarely do they actually mean the actual literal death of that character. It was kind of when they said the death of the mighty Thor. They didn't mean that Thor was dying. They just meant that the aspect of Thor at the time when Jane Foster was Thor, that was going away. That is what they were talking about. Conway Burton with $4.99 super chat, except for Carter's internet fun. Dude, hey, look, I'm sure Carter appreciates it. The Robo Strange with $2 super chat says someone gonna start a GoFundMe for Carter's internet. Look, we gonna get him. $4.99 super chat says Wanda becomes a mutant. She would really become the Great Pretender. Also, much love to you guys. I appreciate your banner and insights, dude. Thank you. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I think at the end of it all, it's not even so much about I don't even think it's so much about whether or not she's a mutant for the sake of being a mutant. But yeah, I think it all comes back to what being a mutant gets her. The allowances that being a mutant would grant her is what I think people aren't thinking about. Because if you go back to House of X, look at all the various and sundry villains that they invited to the table who have committed great and terrible crimes. Even think about the fact that Namor drowned. Well, first off, I think Namor has drowned New York twice, maybe 3 times, and also drowned Wakanda. Which, granted, not mutants, but these are great crimes. And then think about the things that Apocalypse has done. Think about the things that Mr. Sinister has done. Think about the things that Exodus has done. Mystique. All of them have done terrible things. Yet they all have a seat at the table. Everybody's invited. Mastermind, Lady Mastermind, the Marauders, the Hellions, the OG Hellions. Think about the things that Emma Frost has done to mutants. They all get a seat at the table. Doesn't matter what their crime is. Their crime cannot be too great. They're given amnesty. And that's what it's all about. Honestly, I see this for what it is. I see it as just a way to retcon what happened in, what was it? Was it Uncanny Avengers? Uncanny Avengers number, it was volume 2, such and such. I would normally have a better answer for that, but, here, I actually have the... Let's see. Yeah, it was Uncanny Avengers Volume 2, number 4. Is basically a retcon of Rick Remender's work on that particular run, where it was revealed that Scarlet Witch was not a mutant, that she was a creation of the High Evolutionary. This is basically what it is. It's a retcon. This is basically a retcon being played out in story format, and I'm gonna see it for what it is. Poor Archery Media with the $5 super chat says that scene between Magneto and Wanda in Sword was touching, but I instantly felt an eerie feeling. I think this has Mystique written all over it. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Mystique was pretending to be Magneto and then killed the bitch. Even if because at the end of the day, the result is going to be the same. Whether it is Magneto, whether it is Mystique, whatever the case is, it is what it is. Let's see here. Malik Ross with a $5 super chat says, I'd like to say it was kind of better when she was a mutant trying to put what okay, here. Try this again. I'd like to say it was kind of better when she was a mutant trying to put what's in the movies kind of messed up Marvel for a little. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying here. Okay, so basically, yeah, okay. When she was a mutant, things were easier. But because of the nature of how things were with the movies, they kind of had to pivot because, well, for one, they didn't want to confuse people, which I think they actually confused people even more. That's what they ultimately wound up doing. WandaVision was kind of a way to undo some of that. And I think the MCU is kind of pivoting to follow suit. Maybe possibly. But it's hard to say until we actually see it. But I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere down the road, especially relatively soon now, I would not be surprised if we saw Wanda and Quicksilver being returned to mutant status. Ultimate Boost Cell says, my only problem with this theory is, in order for her to come back the same, wouldn't Charles have to have her mind backed up? That is true. That is where things are going to get interesting. And I also think that is where a lot of that is going to kind of play into effect. Something tells me that he probably does already have her backed up, even though she is a pretender. Charles has all sorts of bullshit backed up in Cerebro. Who's to say he didn't delete it? And not only that, we got to remember who they have on deck. They have a whole ass Mr. Sinister. And we know that she's not going to stay dead for long. She's a part of the Darkhold storyline that's going to be happening very shortly. So she ain't going to be dead she's not going to be left dead permanently. But also another thing we got to think about too is the fact that, and I forget, I'm blanking on where all this came into play. But they actually talked about this in some of the recent X-Men comics, the idea of bringing someone back from the memories of such. It was Marauders. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yes, it was Marauders. The idea of bringing someone back, and here, oh my God. I'm trying to remember the woman's name, because we talked about her in videos, but we haven't, but she hasn't reappeared just yet. But I remember her name being like Chantel something or other. I'm trying to remember the woman's full name. Lords Chantel. That was actually something that was brought up in Marauders. I believe it was Marauders number 19 or 20. Sebastian Shaw and Emma Frost, they talked about the prospect of bringing her back. And that was actually something that came up. Let's see here. Bam, here. I'm going to bring this over because I kind of want y'all to see this, because I want you to see exactly what I see. Here. Can we... let's see. Here it is. Let's go. I like having receipts. Thank you. Here we go. Right here. Emma talks about, I have not thought of her in a long time. And, Sebastian says, now that we're bringing back so many of our fallen family, I think of her every day. It doesn't seem right for me to attend a Hellfire Gala without her. And Emma says that she was a wonderful woman. Such a shame the Sentinel snatched her before Cerebro came online. And this is where Sebastian says he has an idea. One I will bring to the council along with the Hellfire Expedition proposal. I hope you will support both agendas. Our brightest days are at hand. Now, we already know from the solicits that Lord Chantel is going to be back. She has already been shown, I believe it's where she is slated for, I believe, Marauders number 22, I believe it is. But here, let's pull that up if we can. Yeah. She's already been slated to come back. We know she's going to be back, and apparently, since she has no backup, they're basically, what I think they're going to be doing is they're going to be using their memories of her to create the backup, to basically create a facsimile of her, like a kind of like what Mephisto's simulacrums of the Heroes Reborn are. I would not be surprised by that, not even one tiny little bit. So like I said, there's receipts. There are reasons for why this shit is going to go down the way it's going to go down. So, Chi-Town down with $10 Super Chat says, in the Krakoan justice system, the people are represented by two groups, X Factor that investigates crimes, and the Quiet Council that deals with Sinister's BS. These are their stories. Dun dun. Actually, wait, I got it right here. Hold on. There we go. But no, that is true. This is very true. We also got Black A Comic Geek with the $20 Super Chat says, behind in the stream, but I just want to say that with regards to shipping and people saying, why does it always have to be gay? It almost never is. Mainstream queer male representation in media, specifically fantasy, is almost non-existent. I don't disagree with that. It's just that I don't like the idea of taking two characters and just making them gay just because. That's one thing. Like the idea of Sam Wilson and Bucky, just like that for one, I just don't see that kind of chemistry there. I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. For 1B, it's one of those situations too where it's like the whole idea of two people being able to just be friends with one another. I just kind of feel like that's real life. You know, if they're gay, fine, whatever. But it's one of those situations where I kind of feel like it does come up almost too often. It's like if two people, and like I said, that's regardless of whether it's two men, two women, or even a guy and a woman. I don't care what the gender pairing is. I don't like it. I don't like shipping in any aspect, whether it's gay, straight, whatever. Because the thing is, it tears away the notion that people can't just be friends, and it creates unrealistic expectations in people who follow these fandoms, thinking that every person that you are going to encounter is potentially someone you can be with, and that's not really the case. I feel as if when people are seeing these things, you know, it's nice if you see them. If you see it there, fine, that's cool. But don't expect don't expect it to turn into something that it was never intended to become. It would be like, case in point, you know, if I watch Charlie's Angels, and then I say all of them are lesbian. All of them are lesbian now. That's my headcanon. It's not correct. I mean, it could be now with the didn't they do like a reboot of Charlie's Angels or something? I don't know, that could change. I didn't watch that one. But I'm just saying that just because these, you know, women know each other and you have some kind of a friendship with one another doesn't automatically make them gay. That's what I'm trying to say. But like I said, it's the same way. I would feel the same. It's the same way I felt about, hell, I'll use a heterosexual couple as an example. Supergirl, when they literally shoehorned Mon-El and Kara into being a couple, when she was already dating or on the verge of dating Jimmy Olsen, I did not enjoy that, because I was like, well, why are we doing this? Why are we taking two characters who don't have that level of chemistry together and making it a thing? And that's kind of why we were talking about it in regards to Loki, because Sylvie and Loki don't have that kind of relationship. It's friendship. Yeah, I was like, and that's the thing. I think that, you know, because we value like sexual and romantic relationships over actual friendships. But that's neither here nor there. Let's see. C with the $5 super chat says, come on, Magneto using his hands and then leaving the body right there is a bit immature and not smart. Two things he isn't. Give him more credit, bro. I would like to give him more credit, but also, Magneto used to be a whole ass villain. Used to do a lot dumber shit. So, neither here nor there. He also let Fabian Cortez manipulate him into doing some hoe-ass shit. So, obviously, not as smart as you want to give him credit. Eric Morgan with the $5 super chat says, you mean tell me they brought back Old Man Cable but not Madeline Pryor? Havoc gonna go ape shit. Just watch. Well, and that's the other thing. Old Man Cable being brought back makes things incredibly interesting, because technically speaking, Old Man Cable is not a clone of, you know, somebody else. He's a duplicate because he's an older version of a character that's already there. However, Havoc will probably not see it that way, and he will be in his feelings nonetheless, which is where he tends to be these days. Let's see here. Burton Harris with $20 super chat says, I'm very happy that Wanda is dead. I don't care who did it. Watching everyone in the comics at Marvel as a whole act like she isn't a monster has been a pain in my head. Woman's been messing up hard and fast for too long. I mean, yeah, she has. But one thing I will say about Wanda is that, especially if you kind of follow some of the comics that she's been in over the last several years, she's tried to make up for it. Like, she's tried to change the things that have happened. And granted, she's been learning the hard way that there's no easy salve for the problems that she has and the things that she's done. Yeah, she's tried using magic. She's tried using reality warping. She's tried to use all sorts of things. And she has discovered that, yeah, there is no easy, quick fix to fix the problems that she started. And Doctor Strange has been trying to teach her that shit for I don't know how long. But it is what it is. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. Pop culture guy 3000 says, I have sad news, my guys. Earlier this week, Felice Sampler, the voice of Mimi from Digimon Adventure, Takato's mom in Tamers, Beauty from from Bobobo, and Old Women, Toph in the Legend of Korra has died. Rest in peace. Ah, man, sad to hear that. Also, we had another. Well, we didn't have a death. I know that a lot of people kind of erroneously wrote Biz Markie off as being dead. He's actually not dead. He's just in hospice care. But I mean, that is about as close to death as one can probably be without actually being dead. But yeah, does suck. It does suck. Does suck. I hate it for them all. Here, put this massive jar of cheese balls down here so I can actually. It was actually blocking my ability to read a chat. Let's see here. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of this. There's a lot of this this mess in here. It is ridiculous. Here, hold on real quick. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Let's see. Don't try to watch the Discord. There. There we go. Okay. Sorry, communicating with Carter. No, Biz Markie had, they said he had some kind of brain damage. Or not, I don't know if it was, or maybe, was it brain damage? Shit, I don't remember. Here, I'm actually pulling it up now. Let's see here. Let's go to Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone is a reputable website, right? No, he is still under medical care, is what they said. They said, following reports that Biz Markie had died late Wednesday night, the rapper's representative released a statement refuting the erroneous news. But yeah, it's a stroke. They said it was in April. Big Daddy Kane spoke to Hip Hop Show, The Breakfast Club, and revealed that the rapper was recovering from a stroke and said he's getting better. He's in rehabilitation now. He's getting better and stronger every day. Last time I talked to him on the phone, he got a real light voice, but last time I talked on the phone, he stuck up his middle finger at me, so I think he's coming along. But yeah, he was basically like his health has been in some rough. His health has been rough. Because I think not only did he have the strokes, he's been battling diabetes. And likely the stroke that he had likely caused some form of brain damage. My wife, her mother, when she had a stroke, due to the amount of time when she had a stroke, she fell, she hit her head on the way down, and due to the time between the time that happened and the time that she was found, she suffered a great deal of brain damage that basically made it to where it was impossible for her to recover from it. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was some level of brain damage that Biz Markie has been battling, and that's probably likely why he is in the state of health that he is currently in right now, which sucks. It sucks. There's no silver lining there. I'll put it that way. That said, another thing. Let's see. So just to make sure, I want to go. Just to double back before we move along. Let's look at the things we have on the table. Let's look at the. There's two very likely outcomes here as to who it was that technically did the deed. We're looking at either it being Magneto or it being Mystique pretending to be Magneto. In either case, I think the overall outcome is probably going to wind up maybe possibly being the same. We know that Wanda's going to be back because she is... Let's see, when is the Darkhold? The Darkhold event for Marvel. It is going to happen in September the 22nd. So, this storyline for, let's see here. Yeah, the Trial of Magneto storyline takes place in August. And it actually has been revealed, says a Marvel spokesman has confirmed to Newsarama that the events of Darkhold. Okay, so here it is. So they say the events of Darkhold take place prior to the events of X Factor 10. So that means technically, who knows what the outcome is now? Because now we know that whatever was going on with this, it takes place beforehand. And we know that Wanda, for whatever reason, she is fucking with the Darkhold, which is kind of similar to what we've already seen in WandaVision. So that actually kind of makes things even more interesting, I think, in terms of what is possible, what could maybe even be going on here. But that actually makes it even more interesting to me now, because now we know that whatever it is that she was doing, whatever is going on here, it all is going to end up, it's actually going to tie back to what's going on here. And that something tells me Wanda is, because we know, what was it, in X-Men Empire, in the X-Men Empire tie-ins, Wanda was going through every single possible way imaginable to try to undo what she did in House of M. And it didn't work. It worked, but it didn't work, if that makes any sense. Everyone she brought back, all the mutants that died in the Genoshan Massacre from Grant Morrison's X-Men run, they were all resurrected, but they were resurrected as Marvel zombies. They didn't come back in the way that, the mutants do when they resurrect each other on Krakoa. So something tells me is that she still hasn't learned her lesson, because if I'm not mistaken, I want to pull this up before we take it any further. Yeah, Empire. There we go. Here we go. Okay. So, here it is. And I think this is something we were actually teased early on and just did not fucking know it. Here. Let's go. Right here. What she's talking about here. She's talking about trying to live with the mistakes that you have made. Trying to live with the mistakes that you caused. Your own sins laid bare before you. Trying to live with them. And right now, what do we see? We see her sitting in a room talking about how, you should try and get past these things, unless, of course, you can't live with it. And then down here, we see her crying, saying, unless, of course, you won't. So, I think we just unlocked everything here. I actually think, you know what? I'm proud of myself. Pat myself on the goddamn back. I'm patting myself on the goddamn back. Here, we just took this shit back to Al Ewing's Empire. Let's see. Might have got a fear itself. I mean, hey, you never know. But point of the matter is, whatever it is that's going on with Wanda, especially in regards to the Darkhold event, that's something that was teased very early on in Empire. Wanda is clearly not happy with the fact that she failed in the idea of resurrecting all of the mutants that were killed in the Genosha Massacre, trying to make up... Because you think about it, the amount of deaths here, and actually, I think I actually have this... I think I actually have this somewhere. I'll have to... I'm double checking my numbers. Keyword, trying to double check my numbers, rather. Here, let's go to... Here we go. Okay, so... This is actually an excerpt from House of X, number 6. Bam. Okay, so Wanda Maximoff is responsible for the death of just under 1 million mutants, give or take. More in the sense of depowering them. Bolivar Trask is still responsible for 16 million deaths. 16.5 million deaths. So basically what she was trying to do is when she tried to resurrect those 16.5 million mutants, when she tried to do that, she was basically trying to cover her own sins. Because she felt that if she was able to do that, that would make up for the losses that she caused with House of M and the decimation and all that. So yeah, it all kind of makes a little more sense now. It all kind of makes a weensy bit more sense. Maybe not even all the way, but at least some of the way. Let's see here. Let's carry on. Anyway, let's get into some super chats. Let's see here. King Suck 11 says, if homosexuality and bisexuality was not actually the issue, then the heterosexual fan pairings we always are from fans would have the same outrage, but we never do. I didn't say that wasn't the case. I just said that I feel the same way about them equally. I don't care whether it's gay, straight, whatever. I generally get really irritated when people focus on trying to force pairs of people together that don't even have chemistry to begin with just to suit their own narrative. But like I said earlier, and I will say it yet again, if it's not the original intention of the creator, then get the fuck over it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and harp on this all day. I'm sorry. Just, we talked about it earlier in the show. If you want the answer that I originally gave, I gave it earlier in the show. Even the showrunner for Loki came out and said that a romantic relationship was not in the cards. That's not what they were intending. They were trying to show two people who don't have friends becoming friends. And that's actually not even a same-sex pairing that we're talking about here. And even in regards to Supernatural, what we were talking about earlier, even Jensen Ackles said something along the same lines in regards to Castiel. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Here's the thing. If you want that to be your headcanon, let it be your headcanon. Doesn't matter what I think. I'm just going to go with the canon that I'm given. Because in my eyes, I don't see any romantic relationship between Sam or Bucky in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You know what I see? I see the same buddy cop bullshit that we've seen in shit like Lethal Weapon. Tango and Cash. In various and sundry other movies. That's what I see. I literally just said earlier that I felt the same way about Supergirl and Mon-El. I don't like when people just unnecessarily ship people together just because, it makes me feel better about myself. That's cool for you, but I mean, it doesn't mean it actually has to be. I mean, yeah, are gay and bisexual couples, are they underrepresented in Hollywood media? Very much so. But if we start just okay, case in point, we all kind of need to keep the same energy. Because the same way that, like I said, we're looking at, taking things that aren't one way and then turning them another way just to check a box. This is where I say create new characters. This is the one area where I typically say create new characters. It was kind of like where I remember people were bashing Batwoman. And they're like, oh, the show's stupid. But but black audiences were perfectly fine with watching the show, or at least curious about watching the show, when they changed the lead from being a white woman to being a black woman. Didn't change the show any. It was still the same premise. Didn't change anything. Batwoman was still for all accounts, a average and in some cases below average show. The same criticisms that even black audiences levied at Batwoman or whether they were legitimate or not, were still there. They were still mad about it being a lesbian superhero. Or as CW called it, an out lesbian superhero. But, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I can't make you feel better about yourself. Only you can. King Kunta with the $2 super chat says Carter getting a plate this year. I mean, we're going to try and get him a plate. We're going to try. He never does, though. It's because he's never around. I've been trying to get him to come back, but I think Carter is trying to do something a very specific way, and I'm trying to tell him to not do it that way, and he's not listening to me. And I think what happened was Carter was trying to do too much on that laptop, and is trying to push that laptop harder than that laptop could take. Is what I think happened there. Because I think what he was trying to do is he was also trying to have the stream pulled up on YouTube, but also be in the Discord call with me, but also like for the reason why when I click to say this, the reason why you can kind of still see a little bit of me is because I'm capturing the Discord window, because I'm also sharing my screen with him, and he's also trying to stream that as well. And I'm telling him to just not do that, or pick one or the other. And I think he's trying to make it so he can do both, is what I think is happening there, and which is why it's not working. But yeah, neither here nor there. Kind of might with the $4.99 super chat says, for the amount of brain power that breakdown took, you the GOAT for that one. I'm just saying. Look, man. I remember things. Yeah. Like. Someone is really in their feelings right now in the chat, and I feel bad for them. But they'll be all right though. Well, no, here's the thing, and this is something I want people to understand. See, okay, I think King's Effect has. I feel like King's Effect is new to the channel, and this is why I feel this way. Because the argument that King's Effect just tried to levy at me about making characters gay, see what they did is they went to Iceman. And that is the worst possible one to throw at my feet. Because I agree. Iceman was hinted at being gay a long time ago. Even as far back as like the 80s and the 90s, even in the 70s. He was hinted at as being gay, but he couldn't be made gay because of the Comics Code Authority, and the Comics Code Authority did not allow gay characters. Hence, why characters like Mystique and Destiny were never called wife or married. They were called partners, friends. So yeah, that's the worst one to throw at my feet, because I agree, yeah, Iceman is gay. Not to mention, I know quite a few people who didn't discover they were gay until they were in their 30s or 40s. So, it's what it is. But I'm not going to harp on this because I just don't care. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be callous about it, but that's not what the show is titled. It's not really the conversation I want to have because I've already had it enough. If you actually got here when the show started, we talked about this way early on. And I've said my piece. So, there. You can either accept my answer and we can agree to disagree or be adults about this, or not. Either way, moving on. To talk about Lovecraft Country, because that is or was a thing. Lovecraft Country. Let's see here. Wait, North Star's the first openly gay superhero, but he gets no shine? Yeah, you clearly weren't reading X Factor, Bodacious. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to take the L for that one. Oh, man. Exactly, Robo Strange. People coming out late in life is not new. This is actually... Dude, okay. You know one of the oldest tropes, and then we're going to move on. One of the oldest tropes in comedy writing is the storyline where someone you grew up with, either you reconnect with them, whether it's a friend, a family member, maybe even one of your parents, where you haven't seen them in a while and you reconnect and you either find out that they are either gay, lesbian, or trans. One of the oldest tropes in the book. You want to know why it's one of the oldest tropes in the book? Because it ain't new. Anyways, Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft Country, which did numbers when it released. If I'm not mistaken, I think by the time they hit the finale, they were already across the 10 million viewers mark, which is pretty fucking good. The show itself was beloved by pretty much I really didn't see too many people who didn't like Lovecraft Country. I just didn't. I didn't see very many people at all who did not enjoy Lovecraft Country. It was a great show. And it had great characters, great storytelling, no unnecessary shipping. See? No unnecessary shipping at all. None whatsoever. Heck, a lot of the shipping that did happen on that show was natural. And it actually came off incredibly well, at least in my eyes. The shipping between Ruby and what was it? I forget the white woman's name. The shipping between Tick and Letty was natural. The shipping between... See, once again, this is proof point. I don't have a problem with people being gay. I don't care. Doesn't affect me one way or the other. I think it takes different strokes to move the world. Danger. But that said, you know, even the whole story arc about Tick's dad being a closeted gay man, it's very real. It's a real thing. It happens. Trust me. Especially back in the 20s. But the show ticked a lot of boxes. See what I did there? For a lot of people. The show did a lot of great things for a lot of people because it made... It had representation by the truckload. It was constantly handing out representation. It did tons of amazing things. Had a great storyline. But recently, HBO just came out and said, and this was yesterday as a matter of fact, this news is coming from Deadline, they said, we will not be moving forward with the second season of Lovecraft Country. We are grateful for the dedication and artistry of the gifted cast and crew, and to Misha Green, who crafted the groundbreaking series, and to the fans, thank you for joining us on this journey. So, the chief content officer of HBO and HBO Max, Casey Bloys, they actually brought this up earlier this year, talking about the process of trying to get Lovecraft Country to season 2. Now, I get part of the reason why they didn't do it. I get it. I'm going to be brutally honest here. I get it, but I'm also going to tell you why I still think it's bullshit. You see, with how they were crafting the show. I don't know if many people know this. Yes, Misha Green, who some of you may or may not be familiar with. Misha Green is the woman who wrote the story. She basically crafted the narrative that we got on Lovecraft Country. But what a lot of people don't remember is that, yes, while she did craft the story, she crafted the story by adapting the book Lovecraft Country, which, if I'm not mistaken, was written by, Matt Ruff. And this is Matt Ruff's story. She basically came in, took the story, took the pieces that worked, left out the pieces that didn't. She reworked the narrative, and, I don't even think she even really changed anything as far as, the characters themselves go. But what Misha did was she took this narrative and kind of, ran with it. Here's the problem, though. Matt Ruff only wrote the one book. This isn't a series of books like Game of Thrones. It was just the one book. So, basically what Misha was having to do, she was given a Herculean task. Misha was given the Herculean task of trying to craft a new narrative out of nothing. Which, to be fair, she could do. She's very capable of doing. And I'm pretty sure if they'd given her the appropriate amount of time, she could have. But I'm guessing she wasn't doing it fast enough for HBO, or HBO Max, more specifically. And this was the sum total result, is that the show was ultimately canceled. But basically, one of the things that that came out about this was the fact that, they said, Casey Bloy said that Misha is working with a small team of writers, and they're coming up with a take. She had a book to go on in the first season. She and the writers wanted to go off and take some time to go out and figure out, without a book, with these characters, what's the journey we want to go on. We all want to be sure she's got a story to tell. That's where she is right now, working on those ideas. I'm very hopeful, as is Misha, so we're giving them the time to work. But ultimately, they didn't do this. They actually backpedaled on this. I guess what they wanted is, they wanted to be able to turn around and make Lovecraft Country Season 2 just like that. They already had one hit show in Watchmen, which came out, was only intended for one season, and that show came out, did numbers, and when the show had reached its logical conclusion with the first season, and I think it was Damon Lindelof, he didn't want to come back and do another season because he wrote it only as a one-shot show, HBO kind of panicked because they wanted to have yet another hit, and that is what HBO is all about. It's kind of the same reason why when Game of Thrones was going off the air, they were trying to come out with the next big hit. They were always trying to come out with the next big thing because they're trying to keep constant content rolling in and out on let's see. Okay, there you go. Okay, got you. No problem, Carter. You're good. But yeah, so basically, all of that said, I still feel like it's bullshit that they didn't give it time. They should have given it. Who cares if Lovecraft Country doesn't come back for another year? It doesn't have to be year to year to year to year to year. Take a break. It's fine. Because honestly, that's what a lot of people feel they should do with Game of Thrones instead of rushing to the end. Maybe they should have taken a year or two break so they can figure the shit out and do it right. Do it like, you either measure 10 times and cut once, or you measure once and you cut 10 times. I would much rather you spend the time measuring 10 times so you only have to do it once. But yes, that's one of those situations where I don't know. I feel like there was a serious ball dropped here. There's a serious ball dropped here. I don't know. And here's the funny thing. Misha Green actually put out a tweet in response to this. And I actually think this is very interesting. And you know what? And maybe this is why we didn't get it. Maybe this is why we didn't get it. I don't know. I could be wrong. Who knows? But Misha Green put out a tweet basically a taste of the season 2 Bible. We wish we could have brought you Lovecraft Country Supremacy. Thank you to everyone who watched and engaged. Hashtag no Confederate. Now, what some of you may be asking here or wondering is, why did she say hashtag no Confederate? Because Confederate was a show that HBO really, 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 really wanted to push when Game of Thrones was getting ready to go off the air. The showrunners of Game of Thrones, their next show that they were going to pitch was a show called Confederate, which was supposed to be some kind of alternate history where the Confederacy won, and it was basically going to be depicting slavery and black people being mistreated as Hollywood is wont to depict. Welcome back, Carter. Wait.
How do we sound?
You sound fine. You sound just fine. I mean, okay. You sound like you're on a Discord call, which is just fine. But no, I was just talking about the tweet that Misha Green had released
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. In regards to her response to Lovecraft Country being canceled.
Yeah.
She referred to it as Lovecraft supremacy, showing a picture from the Bible of season 2 that they were crafting. Basically, what you see here in this image, here, I'm gonna enlarge this image up a little bit.
Okay.
Here we go. Will it let me? It will not let me do the thing that I want to do, but here it is. It says, season 2 of Lovecraft Country begins in a new world, and that new world is a country that sits precisely where the United States used to sit. Welcome to the sovereign states of America. Now, it shows here there's a huge swath of the country, as we know it, that is in green, and that is the tribal nations of the West. We see down below, in the more southern regions, there's an area that's all blacked out, that's called the New Negro Republic. And then, of course, up in the upper, like, kind of north eastern area, you're kind of New York, Maine, so on and so forth area, Baltimore, whatever, Maryland, so on and so forth. You have the Jefferson Commonwealth, and then kind of in the middle of all that, kind of a little stripe between all of them is everything that's white, called the White Lands. And I think we can kind of, based on how Lovecraft Country season 1 ended, I'm pretty sure we can figure out where all of that is going from there. But long story short is basically they were going to carry on the storyline that white people were no longer connected to magic. Only black people had that power. And basically it was a reversal of what we typically see in Hollywood, where black people are left out of those sci-fi fantasy stories. It kind of seemed like they were going to basically flip the script and put white people in those similar positions. At least that's kind of how I interpreted it. But,
Well, that would have been interesting to see, and I love how this puts to bed everyone that was saying, no, it was supposed to only be one season because that's how long the book is. They didn't want to think of their own stuff. That would have been too much. Shut your ass. This just proved this would be on a shot without just proves they had some big things planned.
Well, I also want to point out here, in the responses, there's a tweet that comes from Karen Hunter, who is a noted, is a noted major figure behind Ebony Magazine, Essence, so on and so forth. And she actually asked for Misha to contact her to get this done, to make this show happen. A lot of people are crying out for Netflix. A lot of people are crying out for Netflix and Amazon and all these other studios to come in and sweep up Lovecraft Country, because we've seen this happen in the past with what was it, Lucifer, The Expanse. When Lucifer was canceled, Netflix came in and swooped in, picked it up. When The Expanse was canceled by Sci-Fi, Amazon came in, scooped it up. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think this is going to happen? Do you think something like that could happen? Do you think that another studio might be brave enough to pick this up?
Brave, no. If the money is there, yes. I think Netflix, if they wanted to, I would say that Netflix is probably the best bet. Amazon, I don't know for sure, because I just feel like it wouldn't get a lot of eyes at Amazon, but I could be wrong. Amazon just had a show by the name of Bosch that just ended, and that lasted 7 fucking seasons. So I could be wrong in that instance, but I do think that if people are loud enough, and it's not just as it stands right now, in my opinion, it's the minority. And when I say minority, I don't mean that to be a small. I just mean that it's mostly black people that are saying something. Because the one thing that you and I had a conversation about was this one gentleman I had to kind of politely tell to sit the fuck down somewhere. Was he said on Twitter that the reason the show was canceled was because of mediocre reviews, and it didn't bring a lot of money in. HBO is only quality over quantity. it's just that's and then someone else's argument was that well, it seems like HBO isn't going for the longer stuff. They're going for the smaller series with the big name people. They're not really
Right.
going for the long stuff anymore. But it's like that's kind of bullshit because look at the one show with the Zoe Saldana. That was supposed to be a one-off. Zoe
Right.
Saldana, Reese Witherspoon, stuff like that. That was supposed to be a one-off, and now it's what 2, 3 seasons. You have, they're making a fucking movie out of The Sopranos. Like, come on, like the money's
Right.
there.
Yeah. No, they have the money.
Especially they have the money, you know what I mean? Especially with the DC stuff. If you could make a series on Peacemaker,
Right.
if you could make a series on Peacemaker, what was the issue with Lovecraft Country? So,
Oh yeah, no, I'm right. I'm actually glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. HBO, DC, Warner Brothers went out of their way to make a Peacemaker spinoff series for John Cena, spinning out of the Suicide Squad movie that's coming out shortly.
and that's the thing, a movie that's not even out yet, no one even has eyes on, no one has even reviewed yet, but you had enough in there to give it an entire miniseries.
Mm-hmm. True.
So, you know what I mean? So honestly, I would hope that I would hope that Lovecraft Country went to Netflix just because I think that a lot more eyes would be on it if it was Netflix. Uh, just because, everyone has Netflix. And a lot of people use Amazon Video that I'm aware of. A lot of people, Hulu or Netflix, I think would be the surefire picks. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where I hope it would go. I, I'm holding out hope. I don't want to say I don't think it's going to happen. I think they knew that
Right.
they had something there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would think it was a risk just because they are doing their own thing now. This isn't the book anymore. So you really got to come with the quality to show that you are just as superior, even though you're doing your own thing. So that's the issue here
Right.
because with the last show, Underground, I don't even think Underground lasted long.
I think
So,
Underground went 2 or 3 seasons. I can't remember exactly which.
okay, so
Let me see here. Underground TV show. Because I remember. No, you know what it is? I think it was 2 seasons because when the first season ended, they teased. I remember they teased Harriet Tubman being introduced into the show, and then I got to watch for whatever I forget what was going on at the time, but I didn't get to finish season 2 because I think it was roughly around the time that I was dropping having cable, and I didn't
mhm.
really have a way to watch the show when I dropped cable. It just happened to kind of coincide with the middle of that season. So yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think it's to say I think this is par for the course. Whenever we
Mhm.
have black television series that are centered around a black narrative, where black people are not being just being relegated to being. I mean, in the case of Underground, yes, it was about black people being slaves. Yes, okay, cool. But shows where we're actually rising up, shows where we're actually not just taking it on the chin. We're not taking the, as white people like to refer to as the Martin Luther King route. You know, um, but yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Also, Conway, I know who at least one of those dislikes are. Uh, it's probably King's Effect. I think they're mad at me. That's fine though. I don't care. Dislikes do not matter, and I have actual proof to that. YouTube does not recognize dislikes as a negative. Some of
I
the most
can't
pop.
leave you alone for 1 second. You getting dislikes.
No, I think King's Effect got mad about when we talked about earlier about shipping, and I think that they only heard the part where we were talking about a gay couple being shipped, and they didn't hear the part where we talked about how we don't like them when they do it to straight couples either. All they heard was gay. That's all they heard.
I told
And
you. I told you. Now we're homophobes. I told you.
hey, I guess I'll find some kind of way to get past this. Uh, Fuck the fact that I have a trans son that pretty much everybody in my family in one way, shape, form, or fashion is gay, lesbian, or trans, and We all get along just fine and love each other and all that stuff. But yeah, hey, fuck me on that one. I don't care.
No, sir, I will not. I'm gonna need you to stop using trigger words like that, sir.
What?
No, I will not have my way with you. No, sir. You trying to get them to ship us? I see what you're trying to do. No, no.
Look, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't care. I third generation don't give a fuck. I actually think it's funny. I actually think the shit is hilariously funny if I'm being brutally honest about it, because like when people get in their feelings about something without having full, like especially when like you've already given full context, you've already explained the entire thing, like you've told people exactly what it is you're thinking, and they only focus on the part they didn't like, not the rest of it. That is a deficit on them, not on me. So I am very out and open about what I like and don't like. And I'm very truthful about it, so I have nothing to hide.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, now I'm not talking about you, Black Gay Comic Geek. I'm talking about the other guy. I'm talking about the other guy that was in his feelings. King's Effect. Look, Mailman said, that's homophobic. He said, what's wrong with Ernie? He's a handsome man. Yeah, that's right. I am handsome, goddammit.
Okay. Okay.
I did. I didn't kill Carter, y'all.
No, you didn't kill me. You about as handsome as Owen Wilson's nose. Can we get to the next story, please?
Look, that shit that looked like it had been broke like in 8 different places. My dude's nose has been broke like 20 times. Good God, what is going on here? Anyway, let's get into super chats real quick before we jump to the last thing. K-Poc with the $2 super chat says, Lovecraft was getting too deep. Had of potential. I don't think it was too deep. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I think I know. Okay, you know what? Oh, you know what, Carter? I finally get it. I now get it. I now understand why there are why there's a sector of people who think Lovecraft Country was too deep. You want to know why?
Why?
You want to know why? None of these people are familiar with the works of H.P. Lovecraft. I am. I'm actually incredibly familiar with the works of H.P. Lovecraft. A lot of the fiction, science fiction, and literature that I enjoy are derivative of H.P. Lovecraft. Now, that is also to say that H.P. Lovecraft was a known racist. He actually thought black people hatched from eggs. He even wrote a poem about black folk. What's that?
This motherfucker knew about Coca-Cola. We came out of gold balls.
Right? He knew way ahead of time. I mean, if we're coming out of eggs, I may as well come out of gold balls, right? Poem here. Wait, hold up. Poem about black people. I'm actually pulling up the poem right now. The poem is called On the Creation of Niggers. I'm not joking.
This video is getting taken down.
No. Hear me out. This is actually H.P. Lovecraft's writing. It says, when long ago the gods created earth, in Jove's fair image, he's talking about Zeus. In Jove's fair image, man was shaped at birth. The beasts, for lesser parts, were next designed. Yet were they too remote from humankind. Basically saying that we looked inhuman. To fill the gap and join the rest to man, the Olympian host conceived a clever plan. Ooh, what did he think of? A beast they wrought in semi-human figure, filled it with vice, and called the thing a nigger. That is an actual poem written by H.P. Lovecraft. So you now see why white people were upset when Lovecraft Country was taken and flipped on its head and focused and centered on black people. With and treating white people as though they were secondary and tertiary and in many cases non-characters. It's an actual thing. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. This was real. Okay, so now let's also get into the mythos. Well, let's excuse H.P. Lovecraft's historically comically racist attitude. Like let's be real here. H.P. Lovecraft was so racist, he was so comically racist that other noted racists at the time thought he was a fucking clown. That's how racist. Like, he was so racist, people treated him like Foghorn Leghorn. So let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Let's see. I'm just
no man said tough with that hard R. You would get copyright claim from Fox News.
Hey, look, you know they love that word. You know they love that word. But no, the reason why I say what I say is because in a lot of H.P. Lovecraft stories, there is a center around madness, losing your mind, facing the unknown, and just all kinds of craziness. So yeah, I forgive you if you think Lovecraft Country was too deep. Okay, cool. But that's probably because you're not used to reading or hearing or seeing stories like that. Like, I'm a guy who has read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's work. I'm a guy who has played tabletop RPGs like The Call of Cthulhu, The Mansions of Madness, Eldritch Horror, Arkham Horror. I play these games on the regular. That's all they really deal in. The shit that was happening in Lovecraft Country, even some of the more Indiana Jones-esque elements that people, kind of criticized midway through the series, all of that is shit that happens in... If you ever played a game of Arkham Horror or Eldritch Horror, then that shit would be incredibly unsurprising to you. Because honestly, to me, I kind of felt like the only criticism I had of Lovecraft Country is that I remember when the show was done, I literally turned to my wife and said, this show is basically Arkham Horror, the TV show. Just that it has more black people in it than Arkham Horror tends to have. Which is another thing that a lot of people who have taken H.P. Lovecraft's works, they have done. If you actually play the Arkham Horror and Eldritch Horror, that whole list of games, they actually have more black characters in them than H.P. Lovecraft would ever be comfortable having. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it.
If this is so Arkham Horror, where's Batman in it?
You know what? Get out of here. Get out of here. Anyway, Conway Bergdog with the 1999 super chat says, people are people. Had a convo with my son. He is definitely not gay, but I told him, be happy. I would rather you be happy while I live than be happy I died, because you can be yourself. Okay, all right, first off, can we, I'm dropping the bomb for that one, because that is true parenting. We're dropping the bomb for that one. That is true parenting right there. Thank you. I'm actually going to read it again, because I want people to understand where I'm coming from here. People are people. Had a combo with my son. He is definitely not gay, but I told him, be happy. I would rather you be happy while I live than be happy I died, because you can be yourself. These are the words of a warrior poet, a gentleman, and a scholar and philosopher. Because these words are true. I have actually told my own son the same thing. When my wife and I first met, my son was not my son. They were my daughter. Acceptance is incredibly potent and powerful. And sometimes you don't recognize that people truly need it in order to survive. My son is not accepted by their own actual father. Their father is literally, their actual biological father is literally just counting down the days until they change their mind. That they become the daughter that they knew them as before. And it won't happen. Do you want to know why? Because that's not how the world works. And while that being said, the situation that Conway Bergdog is describing, on the latter side of it, is what my son will probably experience when their biological father dies. Or maybe even just indifference. I think indifference is actually worse. But like I said, wiser words have never been spoken. Scott Fitzgerald coming through with the $5 super chat says, can we talk about that whack-ass Porky Pig Space Jam rap, a.k.a. Ready Player Braun? Lord have mercy, I heard about it. I haven't seen it. And I have a sneaky suspicion that if I play it, Warner Brothers will shut me down. But, oh my God, yeah. Look, okay, let me explain something to y'all. Don't pander. I know what they're doing. They're like, oh, we got this movie, LeBron. Black people are going to come see it. Let's give them something that they're going to, have fun with. you know what it is? You remember Rocky and Bullwinkle? Remember the part where Rocky would be like, and now for something you'll really like. That's basically what Warner Brothers said when they may as well have put that shit in front of the clip. Now for something you Negroes will really like. Like, come on now. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Here, I want to see something. Actually, you know what? I'm curious. You know what? I actually have genuine curiosity. Hold on.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yes, this is a whole thing. Oh my God. Yes, as I'm looking at it right now, Porky Pig's rap. Space Jam, a new legacy sneak peek. And here's the thing. I'm not, you know what? Hold on. Oh my God. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it because honestly, I just don't want the smoke. I don't want the smoke right now. I'm not trying to get canceled. I've already been canceled by at least one person from the gay community today. I don't think I can handle being canceled by the WB.
You're right. Don't let that frog come fuck you up, man.
Look, Michigan J Frog. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Yes, it's canceled now.
You already got Robo Strange car keyed up. Don't have the frog come over here.
Look, wait. You mean that racist ass frog? Come on. Mammy. Welcome to the show, niggers. Danger. I'm sorry, y'all. I
just with you today. You are just an N-word machine gun today. I don't know what's
I am today. You know what? You know what it is? I'm reclaiming it. I'm reclaiming it. I'm reclaiming it. But I want to show y'all something. Look at this. This is Porky Pig right here. Holding the mic, dropping hot bars. He's dropping them bacon bars. Sizzling in the skillet. It's the dumbest looking shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't even have to know what he's saying. I can already tell it's garbage. I can already look at this and tell this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Why did I go look? Why did he have the hat on crooked backwards with the chain? Oh my God.
And wait. Holding the microphone sideways, and he's doing the DJ hands. He's doing the DJ hands. Like, dude, you ain't on the ones and twos, pimp. Get off that.
Is he wearing like 29 jeans?
I mean, he might be. Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Wait a minute here. I just want to show. I'm gonna show this one part. I'm gonna show this one part here.
I don't want to see it. I just want to know the like-dislike ratio. That's all I want to know.
Look at this dude. Like, really? Look, and look, dude, Don Cheadle need his ass whipped. He needs his ass whipped because he literally just sat there and was like, all right, yeah, that was tight. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Look. Let me go back. Here. Just... Like, come on, dude. I'm sorry, but no. I'm just no. Whoever animated this, you're racist.
That's nasty. He's not wearing pants. That boy got a vest fitted on with some Ray-Bans and his dick out. That is crazy.
Look, that dude is shirt cocking it.
Maybe to go see Space Jam.
Wait, why is my guy shirt cocking it?
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, no, dude, wait a minute. The pause on this. Daffy, Lola, Bugs, and Sylvester. Okay, a lot of y'all probably too young to remember this. Remember back in the day when Looney Tunes used to pander to black people so heavily they used to have all them shirts where like they were dressed up all gangster?
This is the nastiest episode of Empire I have ever seen.
Look, you just waiting on Terrence Howard to show up. Lord. You know what they did? Ooh, you know what they did?
Bro,
this is Empire. You know what? Look, wait a minute. You know what they did? They just replaced Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle, just like they did in the MCU.
I just noticed that Daffy was wearing beats. This is so nasty.
Oh, goddamn. Oh,
yeah, y'all get a nasty award for this. Oh, y'all get a nasty award for this.
Oh, my God. Dude, that about killed me. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm not playing the sound from it because I really am not trying to deal with YouTube right now. YouTube is still mad at me. Did I tell you this shit? Did I tell you that, like, okay, so remember when last week we watched all the trailers?
Mm-hmm.
So Netflix, or no, was it Netflix? Which one was it? Yeah, Netflix, they released the one we did for the Western. What was it? The Harder They Fall.
Yeah.
They also, who else was it? Marvel released the one we did for Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers.
It was Candyman, wasn't it?
Well, okay, so that's where it gets interesting. Warner Brothers released the one we did for the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
The two that have not been released, Halloween and Candyman.
Mm.
And it's like, dude, what's the big deal? It's like, literally, we're just providing commentary, dude. We're just having fun here. You ain't got to take it seriously. Look, but here's the funny part about it. You know what? I'm probably gonna show this to my kid, and my daughter is gonna fucking love this shit because she's 5. James Holloman, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, pimp. Also, Pop Culture Guy 3000 says, can Warner Media uncancel the show once they get freed from AT&T next year? All the handpicked executives at AT&T's Warner Media have been fuck-ups. Yes, they have been. I don't know what they're going to be able to do with this, and honestly, I would just rather them sell it to somebody else. Sell it to somebody who will actually do something with it. You know what I mean? Sell it to somebody who will actually do something with it, please. Give it to Netflix. Netflix will do that shit. What was it? Hamaru, thank you so much for that. Blerd Club re-up. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. By the way, Blerd Club, if you're not familiar already, we do the top 5 comics of the week every week, exclusive video series that I do where I give you my top 5 comics of the week every week. And I've been doing this for damn near a year now. Jesus Christ. So you have a lot of videos to catch up on if you are becoming a Blerd Club member. Not only that, but you also get access to awesome little emotes that you can use in the chat that were made by me. Was it King Kudu with a $5 super chat says, white man, oh, that's black. What's that, black man? Or no, white, or oh, I see it now. I can read it now. White man, oh, what's that? Black man. That's black magic, my G. Dude, that's actually what Lovecraft Country did. They're basically like, yeah, all that Harry Potter shit, ain't none of y'all motherfuckers going to Hogwarts. They said white folks don't get to have magic. And white folks got mad. White folks was hot. I remember it was all people talked about with Lovecraft Country season finale came through. Let's see. Leather Jacket Anti-Hero says, let's see, and this is with the $9.99 super chat says, some people thought Lovecraft was too deep and still missed the underlying messages. Dude. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. Like, Carter, did you think Lovecraft Country was too deep? Did you think it was too deep? Do you think they were?
And I think the people that say it was too deep heard someone say it was too deep and just ran with it. I don't think, like, it was very, and I'm not trying to take anything away from it. It was very easy to kind of see what was going on. It wasn't like some just Lupe Fiasco, Wale, fucking double, triple entendre ass kind of shit going on. No, it
Right.
was,
It wasn't
it
higher. It
was,
wasn't
it
like
was
rocket science.
not at all. At all. It was,
Like not even close.
if you explored, if you paid attention, you you saw what was happening behind the scenes almost like it on its face value, it was one thing, but if you paid attention a little bit more, you would realize, okay, that was like an underlying thing. But that's where it began and that's where it ended. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't anything more than that. Like, no, no. It wasn't too deep. And I hate that people are saying that. It wasn't too deep.
No, not at all.
It was a lot of shit there that upset some people, only for them to do their research and they realize a lot of the shit that upset you was actually legit.
Mm-hmm. Well, like
Because
they all
it surprised
Lovecraft
me
Country
how
also
many.
explored the Tulsa massacre.
Yeah, and it was a lot of people that I know personally that they didn't know the sundown states. They didn't know that was a real
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yep.
They thought that was shit just to make the scene more hype and tense. Nope, that was real shit, big dog.
No, that was real. And can we be real? There are still some in
Yep,
existence to this day.
yep.
To this day. So
So do
no,
I
I
think
don't want to hear
so?
motherfuckers talking
No,
about
do I
that
think?
bullshit.
Yeah, do I think it was deep? No, I just think it did the thing that I don't like that I. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. It was still its own thing, but at the same time, let's put a mirror up and show you something you may not know. Like you said, with the Tulsa stuff, because now
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden everybody's talking about Black Wall Street stuff all of a sudden. You
Mm-hmm.
know why? Because none of y'all asses knew about it until Regina King was talking to a blue man with his dick out.
Dude,
That's
I
why.
just find it funny. I just find that shit incredibly fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, I just do.
Mm-hmm.
This shit is fucking funny to me. That people didn't understand or get it. That you know the like people acting like some grand conspiracy was being enacted against them.
You know what? Black Needle just hit the nail on the head. He just said it better than I could. The show made people uncomfortable, and that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. You're absolutely right. But that's the reason HBO didn't keep it because it
Mm.
made people uncomfortable, and it made the wrong colored people uncomfortable because the
Mm.
wrong colored people all work at HBO.
Mm-hmm. Also, Black Nito with the $5 super chat says the history of H.P. Lovecraft and break down the episodes to great length on the podcast Lovecraft Country Radio. Highly recommend giving it a listen. Yes, they actually did go like hella deep into it, and I mean, the show could have gone way further if they wanted to. They just didn't. And honestly, I
Yeah.
wish they would have. Honestly, I'm like this: either be unapologetically black or don't show up at all, because either way, you're gonna get canceled.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Let's put it in perspective like this. We had a black Lovecraftian horror show go for
Mm-hmm.
one season. We go
Mm-hmm.
for one season, but we have The Rock on a show about football players that went for five that no one was watching.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it a
Because it
buck
was The
here.
Rock. Because it was The Rock.
Well,
Let's be
but
real. If The
okay, no,
Rock
no, no,
wasn't
no.
on that show, it would not have gone 5 seasons.
But here's my thing with that though, Ernie. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
My thing with that is because Dwayne Johnson was on it,
Mm-hmm.
people still were not fucking watching it.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying that The Rock was putting butts in the seats. I'm just saying that the execs, they kept that motherfucker on because that was The Rock. They were like, no, they were like, we'll eventually get him. We'll eventually get all these Negroes to tune in. It's okay. And then 5 seasons later, like, well, I guess it's not gonna happen. They're too busy watching. What's the other show we make? Lovecraft Country. Did we make that? That's how they responded to that shit.
Yeah, so that's my only point with that is that you had a show with Dwayne Johnson nobody was watching, and it went for 5 seasons. You had a show that everybody was watching, but because you didn't like what it was saying about you, or you felt like you were personally attacked by it when it wasn't about you, had you
begin with.
watched it, and it goes
guilty
from
conscience.
So.
That's what it was. It was guilty conscience. T5 the Great coming through with the $5 super chat says, I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. I love that song. Anyway, just wanted to support and remind the fan that Carter ain't shiz. LOL Hell Queen Storm. You got
what I do?
I don't know. You did something. You know what you did. I'm going to do you like your parents. I'm going to do you like your parents do. Like, no, you know what you did. You're like, no, I legitimately have no clue what happened. $10 super chat from Chi-Town Dan says, similarly, they don't know Norse mythos because they know that Loki gave birth to Odin's horse. That's right. That right. Loki banged a horse and Odin rides its spawn into battle. This is correct. Loki fucked a horse. So that technically makes Loki pansexual. Or would it? Anyways, this is true. Go read Norse mythology. Norse mythology is fucked up. S.O. Grizzly with the $5 super chat says, where did these goddamn onions come from? Damn it. Oh, I guess talk about earlier. SFC Cave Killer coming through the $10 super chat. Seems like it's fine for these channels to make a quick black sci-fi dollar, but are putting thought into continuing good content, but Supernatural could go 15 seasons on bro love. Dude, I want to say something about that too. Can we talk about that for a sec, Carter?
Okay.
How good, like, be honest with me. Be honest with me. You said you were a fan of the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
How good were them seasons after season 5? Like, just, yeah, on average. Okay, I'm glad you said that. Do you know my wife, who originally, I was the one in the house who was like all about Supernatural. My wife did not like the show when I first started watching it. And then one day, like, yeah, because I would just watch it even with her in the room. Because I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm watching. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it.
Okay.
And one day, I came home and caught this heifer going back and watching the first season. She fell in love with the show. Like, it was roughly by the runtime, I think I got into season 2 or 3. She went back and she was like enjoying the show. And then when the show hit season 5, the finale, and it ended where it should have ended, in my mind, she kept watching. And then she kept watching. And then she kept watching. And then one day she was on season 13, and I asked her, I was like, because I walked in on one of the episodes she was watching, and the episode reminded me of something they had already done back in like season 4 or 5. And I was like, this looks like they're just regurgitating storylines from like in the earlier parts of the show's run. And she was like, yeah, they kind of are. And I was like, why are you watching this shit?
So the thing with that is just like after season 5, it was more so, okay, no one is really watching us. We need something. This is getting a lot of great ratings. This is bringing money in. We can't let this go because season 6, hot dog water. Everything is, and yes, it would have its moments. It's like almost like sex. Like sometimes good, sometimes you just they're waiting for her to get off you so you can watch the sports highlights. And that's how it was mostly. So it had its moments. You know what I'm saying? The Scooby-Doo episode, was pretty funny. The episode where so what ended up happening was instead of good seasons, it just became good episodes. When there was an episode where not even the Scooby-Doo episode, that's the one that a lot of people will go toward. There was somebody, there was a character that was writing books on Supernatural.
I remember that character. That character was revealed to be God later or something like that, wasn't he?
Yeah. So, but there were people that loved the show and they were trying to make a musical out of it. And they were like, there are no such things as musicals on Supernatural. where they were trying to go meta with it and stuff like that.
Honestly, I blame Buffy for that. Because
Okay.
Buffy had that one musical episode, and every other show since then has tried to do the same thing. Like,
But yeah,
and not to say other shows didn't do it before Buffy, but Buffy made it popular, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah, that show stopped being good seasons and started being good episodes. You, my good man, might want to read this super chat from Conway Bergdog. Thank you for this super chat, Conway Bergdog. My goodness.
Here, let me see. Bam! Here we go. Says Conway Bergdog with a 40. Oh, good lord, $49.99. Super says thank you. Hearing the words I said to my son brought me to tears. It's different when someone understands that love is more important than my opinion. And you know what? And hey, I appreciate the fact that because you know what that is. You know, first off, let's point the finger at the real thing here, and that's empathy. Empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I think we all should have for one another, but we just don't have enough of. And that's empathy. Peace of mind is a powerful thing. It's an incredibly powerful thing. And I can't say that enough. And me personally, I love seeing parents try to teach their children to be happy, to accept themselves even when other people don't. And regardless of what you may think of their choices and their decisions and who they are. And because at the end of the day, we are to love our children unconditionally. We're not supposed to, we love our kids except for when they become gay. Or except when they become, trans. Or except for when they become lesbian. Like, no, it's not how this works. We love you babies. You love you babies. Because what they become is, in life is more a reflection on, who they are as a person. It's not something that you did. It's something that they are. They are what they are. You know what I always find very hilarious, Carter? You remember Mewtwo? Remember the Pokemon movie? What was it? What was the quote he had? What was it? I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are.
Did you just quote Mewtwo?
I did. I did just quote
How did he
Mewtwo.
say that and his mouth didn't move?
Look, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to tell you something. Look, I just love how Mew was just like little Mew in response was just like, Mew. But I love how Pokemon was trying to teach us the truth. The circumstances of one's birth are relevant. But no, thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate it. Like I said, yeah, the fact that you were moved by that, the fact that you were moved by me being moved, that I was being moved by you being moved, is an amazing thing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Like I said, I hope, I pray that that your son took those words to heart. I hope. King Kunta with a $5 super chat. Let's see here. Says LeBron need one of his rings taken for letting this letting this bull pass. Look, LeBron look, man, I can't give up too many. Oh Lord. What else we got? Let's see. What's this? Blake Quammen says with the $9.99 super chat says, to be fair, my issue with Lovecraft Country is for the race content. I loved Watchmen. I love Ballers as well. I just like football and comic books. I'm not a fan of Magic. Other factors at play. That's fair. You don't have to like the show. But I think the problem is
he actually had another $4.99 super chat that said he didn't spell check. His issue with Lovecraft Country was not an issue with race.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
it now. Okay, it was
Okay.
underneath. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Okay, you just didn't like the magic sword. That's fine. I mean, honestly, I get it. There are, you know how they say there's, what was it, the old argument? There's Beatles people and there's Elvis people. Yeah, even though that doesn't actually hold up these days. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, the thing would have made more sense to me if they said there's Beatles people and David Bowie people. But no. Ultimately, yeah. I mean, there's certain people who like some things more than others. Case in point. Here's my thing. I love sci-fi. I love fantasy. I love magic. I love mythology. I love all kinds of stuff. But there are some genres and sectors I don't dive into. I don't like actually we were talking about musicals. I don't like musicals. I mean, I like some musicals, but like the musicals I like are very specialized. Like I like the Buffy musical episode because it's funny. I like Across the Universe, but only because it's a musical centered around Beatles music.
I'm trying to figure out who David Bowie is. Is that the kid who had the little wrist bracelet that every time he hit it, he turned into monsters? Or like aliens?
Are you talking about Benton?
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about. No,
Well,
David
who the fuck is David Bowie?
David Bowie, the singer, the songwriter, the man that was married to Iman, Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Is there life on Mars? There's a star man waiting in the sky.
So you talking about when Mars attacks?
Lord, this man. Anyway, did you ever see The Labyrinth? You remind me of the babe. What babe? The babe with the power. What power? Power, voodoo, magic. Hoodoo, you do. Remind me of the babe. I saw my baby crying hard as babe could cry. What could
Yeah, I don't know
I
who
do?
that is. Congratulations, Michelle O'Rourke. It's been a while, Blerd. I have missed being on your stream, but I do have good news, son. I am 3 months pregnant with my first babies.
What?
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yes. Here, we're going to drop the bomb. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations. Okay, so real talk. Yeah, we're gonna need details later when you find out. I don't know if I'm not quite at the.
You want details?
I don't want details of how it happened. I know how it happened. I'm saying I want details. Like when they're ready to do the reveal. When they're ready to do the reveal, that's what I'm saying. We're saying Blerd Koa has a lot of beautiful childrens, and we want them to grow up happy and healthy.
Congratulations on your partner playing the no pullout game.
Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. This man. Look. Anyway. Moving on. Also, David Bowie, also the one who I can never watch that scene of him with the baby because dude literally got the hard on, the mad hard on, with the tight pants on. Lord have mercy. Actually, you know what will fuck you up when you find out that in the movie The Labyrinth, originally, I just did not spell any of that correctly. If you actually go back, it changes everything when you go back and find out that originally the motherfucker who is Jareth the goddamn Goblin King, David Bowie was not the first choice. They originally wanted Michael Jackson. Because they wanted the biggest pop stars at the time. And they said the biggest pop stars at the time, you had Michael Jackson, you had Prince, and you had Michael Bolton, from a metric standpoint. Could you imagine Michael Jackson as Jareth the Goblin King? First off, the whole album would have been completely different. The whole album would have been different. There would have been a lot of crotch grabbing. But man, it would have made this whole thing different. Look, Carter right here now trying to imagine Michael Jackson's face on David Bowie's body. Well, could you imagine Prince? Could you imagine how provocative Labyrinth would have been if Prince would have gotten that album? Could you imagine Prince just yelling in one of these little Muppets' faces, talking about pussy control? Lord, my God. Father God. We learned something new today.
Was Labyrinth the one with the with that dragon named Falcor?
No, that's never any story.
Oh.
Have you never seen The Labyrinth?
Apparently not.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. So, The Labyrinth, Jennifer Connelly, this is young Jennifer Connelly, is a young girl who she is a jealous child because her parents have a new baby, and she's mad because they're making her stay home and babysit the baby, and she wishes the baby would go away. She wishes the baby would be taken away by the Goblin King, who is from a story that she's reading, and it come to find out you're the whole old adage, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. It's that. She gets what she wished for. The Goblin King comes, takes the baby away, and David Bowie is talking cash money shit. He's like, oh, go home, Sarah.
You're throwing
Play
too
with
many
your
different
toys.
properties at me right now, because now you're talking about the Goblin King, now you're talking about Spider-Man characters and David Bowie and shit. You're throwing too many franchises at me right now.
Oh, Lord, this man. Anyway. This motherfucker. I can't with you, Carter. I really can't. Aww. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for that. Thank you all so much. I consider Blerd a friend and wanted to let him know. I appreciate you for letting me know. Like, I actually love to hear good news like that because we don't really get enough of it. And I'm so happy for you. And I'm wishing you all the best. And just many blessings. Many blessings. So much. Can't, like I said, just does this old heart some good. It does. Was it Pop Culture Guy 3000 says, Blerd, have you seen that POW drama David Bowie was in where he couldn't sing because of childhood trauma? It was called Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. I actually have not seen this movie, and now I feel like I'm going to be added. Actually, I'm actually going to justwatch.com right now to figure out where I can watch that. Because I love me some David Bowie. I love me some David Bowie, let me tell you. Oh, shit. This is it right here. Okay. Let's see. When did this come out? 1983? Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to figure out a way to watch that. It's not available in any streaming services around here, so I may have to go into One Piece mode. Sorry. Anyway.
Cut that fire stick off.
This motherfucker. No, I'm actually gonna look on Amazon first, and then I'll cut the fire stick on. If I can't find it, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go look right now. But yeah, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do it live. I don't give a shit. But no, let's keep it moving though. Let's keep it moving. You know what? I would actually buy the Blu-ray of this. I would buy a Blu-ray of this. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna add this to my wish list. Dude, they asking too much for that DVD though. I'll tell you that much. That DVD was $59. I was like, Lord, you do realize that is not in full HD format. Okay, cool. Long as y'all know. Carter, you know what? I was going to say let's take a look at one more thing, but let's go ahead and just jump into questions. Let's jump into questions.
Okay.
Oh yeah, very much before Labyrinth. This was this might have been the movie, the scene that I saw from it. It looks like it was even at, I don't think it was before The Man Who Fell to Earth, but it definitely wasn't long after it.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, The Man Who Fell to Earth is about an alien. David Bowie plays an alien who comes from another planet and
You
ends
mean
up
like that WB show Roswell?
kind of vaguely in a weird way. Actually, you know what? Let me look that up. I'm actually curious now about when, because there's another movie he had where he was a vampire that I think might have come out after that movie. Maybe possibly.
Okay, that one I think I've heard of because it was on ABC Family because he was a vampire that came from space or some shit and he didn't have a belly button.
What? I think he might
Because his
be
name
The
is
Man Who Fell
Kyle.
to Earth.
Oh,
Maybe. I'm not saying that it is or isn't, but I'm saying maybe possibly. But no, David Bowie. Let's go through. I'm going to the bottom of the. Ooh, man, this dude had a lot of credits, y'all. Oh my god, I'd never realized. Good God, he was in a lot of shit I didn't notice. Lord have mercy. Jesus. Here. Oh, you know what? Just actor credits. I just want actor credits. I don't want his music credits. There we go. Okay. So the first, so what it was when he did that movie. Okay, yeah, that movie, because he did The Man Who Fell to Earth in 1976. And then he did, The Hunger. The Hunger is the name of the movie I'm thinking about. He did that movie in the same year as Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. That is crazy to me, because I've seen The Hunger on multiple occasions. I've never seen this movie. It just blows my mind. The Labyrinth was like a few years later, 1986. Craziness. Craziness, y'all. Craziness. Some of you may remember him from The Prestige. He was in The Prestige. He played Tesla.
oh wow, okay. Okay.
Yup. Good guy, man. He was an amazing man. Amazing man. Fantastic music, too. Also, without his work and the efforts of himself and Freddie Mercury and Queen, we would not have gotten the wonder that is Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. Sorry. See, you don't get it. You see, theirs goes dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. See, ours goes dun dun dun.
I got it. I got it. I just didn't respect
dun, dun, dun,
from
dun.
fans. I got it.
No, I'm just fucking because you remember Vanilla Ice tried to make up that bullshit saying that they didn't copy David Bowie and Freddie Mercury. It's like, dude, no. It's like no. Stop lying.
Freddie Mercury. Oh, that was the pro wrestler dude who used to come out with the mop.
No, good lord, no. Freddie Mercury, Queen. You remember what? You remember Highlander? I am immortal. I have inside me blood of kings. I have no rival. No man can be my equal. That's Freddie Mercury.
So who the fuck was the dude who used to come out with the mop?
Oh my god.
Man, I'm strictly doing this just to make them folks mad.
I know. Oh my oh my god, I'm so done. I'm done with you, man. Look, the Carter's like, David, who? Oh. Here we got one from Ruby's. Arsho says, any idea what Killer Clowns from Outer Space TV show is going to happen? They've been talking about it forever. It makes me wonder what's taking so long. Honestly, you know what it is? It's COVID fucked up a lot of shit. Let's be real here. But I don't know what's gonna happen there because they were originally supposed to have a sequel movie, and that never happened. And also the rights went to Fox, 21st Century Fox. So, and then they also had the acquisition of 21st Century Fox by Disney. So, if anything, it's probably got a lot more to do with that acquisition kind of bogging up things. Because, yeah, they were originally, it was in development roughly around that time. So, yeah, if it has anything to do with it, the Disney-Fox merger likely fucked that up for everybody. Let's see. Wait, it says... So already now I'm seeing Prince as the Goblin King, and I just have to say I could hear him yelling at his minions in that high note. Look. Look, Lord have mercy. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Dude, that blew my mind the day I found out that Prince could have been Jareth the Goblin King. Lord. Let's see here. We got one here. Let's see. Wait. Come back here. There you go. Hey, Bill, what's going on? It says, I'm excited for Comic Book Herald's interview with Sisbury in August. Will you, Blerd, be in the chat when that happens? I will try to be. Honestly, I'm terrible at remembering things. So a lot of times what happens, and I think Robo Strange can attest to this, Robo Strange actually hit me up the other day and was telling me about Comic Storian being in their live. They were doing a live stream with Comic Storian, and when he told me about it, I completely passed out and forgot about it. So I'm going back and watching the VOD later. But so yeah, that just tells you anything about me. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to be. Very curious about how that's gonna play out. Let's see. Jesse Smith says, "What do you make of Captain America's thoughts and feelings during the gala?" If it's in regards to X Factor, I did think it was funny that he was surprised that Kyle Jindal was that lived on the island, North Star's husband. I did think that was incredibly funny. The fact he was like, "Wait, what?" And Kyle was like, "Yep, I do. Bye." Oh my god, I thought that was hilarious. Like he couldn't wrap his mind around the fact they actually let humans live on the island. He was completely blown away by it. I also thought it was funny how he, the conversation he had with Doom was very interesting. I honestly kind of feel like in a way they're trying to paint Captain America in such a light that like he's trying to understand, like he's the like I actually posted something about this on Twitter the other day. There was a gentleman who posted about how he was an old man and that he was learning how to change his programming. He did it in a very funny way though. I'm trying to find the tweet right now, but here it is. There's a guy by the name of Stevie Joe Payne. This is kind of how I took it. He says, my hardware is male, 1944 model, minimal pigment. My software is that I was raised in a small town, Pawhuska, Oklahoma in the 1950s. My software has been updated numerous times. Recent software update reflected in attached image. And it's a picture of him in some Acapulco shorts and a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Now, it's a hilarious picture because, it's like, oh my god, it's the whitest dude on earth. Look at them legs. Look at them white legs. Those motherfuckers are reflective. But the point of the matter is that he's learning to change how he was raised, how he was raised to think. And that's kind of how I feel about Captain America in this whole thing. Like, he is trying to understand. He's trying to be there and understand. Let's see here. Oh, dude. It just dawned on me who you were talking about.
What do you mean?
No, I saw a comment from the chat. I'll watch that said my dude was talking about Perry Saturn, and it took me a minute to even realize it because I was thinking about Freddie Mercury because Freddie Mercury, Perry Saturn. I didn't even put the two and two together until they said that. Talking about Moppy. Dude, did you know they did Perry Saturn so dirty? And I think Perry Saturn, I don't know what is going on with Perry Saturn these days. I wonder.
Who the fuck is Perry Saturn?
Lord, this bad. Oh, Carter, you're awesome. I just want you to know that.
What did I do?
Anyway, let's see. Could have Morris Day been in it as well? I don't know. But if Prince was in the Labyrinth, Morris Day would have been in there somewhere probably, because God knows he was in everything else that Prince did. Lord have mercy.
Have we already done our recommendeds? Have you already done?
We have not. We have not actually, and we will do those here very shortly. We'll actually do those here very shortly. We'll do these after. We'll do it in between Discord questions. We got Discord questions as well. Let's see here. I'm looking and see. I thought I saw. That's not so much a question as it is a declarative statement. Here we go. We got another one. Pop Culture Guy 3000 says, you should try reading Cy Spurrier's Labyrinth prequel comic before focusing on Jarrett's mom trying to save him from the Labyrinth on Hoopla before the... Oh! You know what? There was a comic that I read about the Labyrinth. It wasn't Cy Spurrier's, but I actually will check that out. I did not know Cy Spurrier wrote a comic for Labyrinth, so now I have something to go back and read. But there was one where they actually focused on another character that was not Sarah. Person of color, too, at that. Basically implying that Jareth was, like, roping in multiple people all the while he was fucking with Sarah. But no, I'll have to check that out. Now I have something else to read. Not only will I be going back and rereading Young Avengers, getting ready for that, but I'll also be reading I have another Cy Spurrier thing to go check out. Let's see. Jungle Love at the Labyrinth. Look, see that? Okay, that's where they would have put Morris Day. He'd have been in the scene with Chili Down and the Wild Gang, but it would have been funky. It wouldn't have been that borderline, like, I don't want to call it reggae, but it was kind of the mindset they were going for. But that would have been what they had done. I believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, Carter, what is your recommended for the week?
Mine's easy. It was issue a crossover.
You know what? Same. Dude, can we just talk? Okay, can we put some respect on the fact that crossover is out here whiling right now?
Like,
how is he not sued? How is Donnie Cates got money? Does Donnie Cates have a war chest that he just has and just unleashes whenever somebody's like, nah, we're suing?
He got something on somebody. That's all I can figure.
This man has a file. This one has a file on was it Brian K. Vaughan, Chip Zdarsky. He's got a file on. Now we know he's got a file on Brian Michael Bendis.
Okay, so if you all don't know what we're talking about, in the newest issue of Crossover, Donnie Cates isn't even listed as the writer. Someone scratched his name out and put Chip Zdarsky's name.
They sure the fuck did.
So basically, what we have here is we meet a guy that did you? Now, I wonder if you could tell. Did you think that was Jughead when you first saw it?
Oh wait! Talking about at the very
At the beginning, the guy at the burger joint.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of did at first. I think it was.
Chip Zdarsky wrote Jughead. No,
right? No, he did. Jughead. No, he did, dude. I
Jughead.
actually did think it was him at first. I did.
Yeah.
But to give everybody the idea, though, Chip Zdarsky in the comic crossover, there's a point, I think it was issue 2 or 3, where they said that like certain writers had come up missing or were found dead.
Found dead.
I think Brian K. Vaughan, was it J. Michael Straczynski? Try to remember who all else they yeah, here it is. Actually, I have it right here. Hold on. I want to see if I can share this. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. But yeah, right here. This is actually a shot from here. It says, yeah, Brian K. Vaughan, acclaimed Marvel Comics writer, has been found brutally murdered today in his palatial New York home. Motherfucker's just coming up missing.
So, with our newest issue of crossover, we find Chip Zdarsky has gone into hiding because we don't know who's killing these writers. We don't know who is making these writers disappear. But he goes from world-renowned writer and artist to working at a Waffle House.
Right? I forgot. I left out a part. In the lower corner, y'all can see it now. In the very bottom, it says comic book writer found dead. 14th comic book writer to be found dead in the last 3 weeks. Chip Zdarsky, Scott Snyder, and Robert Kirkman still missing. So you know what that means. We're going to get some issues by Scott Snyder and Robert Kirkman.
Oh, no. This book, dude, it's funny because I didn't expect this kind of crossover in this issue. Because what ends up happening is somebody ends up spotting Chip Zdarsky in a comic shop, and he forgets that he's supposed to be someone else because apparently Chip Zdarsky's name isn't really Chip Zdarsky. Did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Like, that was news to me. I was very caught off guard by it.
So what ends up happening is he has this moment of weakness where he's just happy to be Chip Zdarsky, the writer again, and not Stephen Miller, the motherfucker that's flipping burgers. But he feels like someone's following him, and he doesn't quite know who it is. So we get this tense moment of him trying to run away from whoever is trailing him, only to find out that the person who is following Chip Zdarsky is Chip Zdarsky from issue 14 of Sex Criminals.
There's actually a part where he actually brings this up here. I'm gonna move this out of the way so y'all can see it. But yeah, he said, yeah, there's other characters, right, who might want to hurt me. He says, I keep thinking of Sex Criminals issue 14. And he's like, issue what?
Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I did forget about that part because that was a very key moment too. Because they were name dropping some people I did not think they would name drop. When Chip ends up getting spotted by the guy who owns his comic shop, and the guy's asking him, he's like, well, who do you think could be coming after you? And he was like, well, it could be anybody. It could be Star-Lord coming after me, Howard the Duck, you know? Yep. Oh, and he just starts name dropping all these different comics that he's written of, all these different characters who could want him dead, only to find out that he's been getting chased by comic book version Chip Zdarsky, who's not trying to kill him. He's actually trying to protect him.
Yeah, he's trying to protect him. Also, I love the fact that he brought up that he was supposed to bring back Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yes, dude.
I love that. I love the fact that he was talking about that.
I wonder how true that is.
Dude, I love it. I fucking love it. It's okay. So for those who, if you're not understanding or following what we're talking about here, the whole idea of crossover is that this is a world where an actual real life crossover happened, and every single character from every comic, they technically even imply that this counts for like movies too in some aspects, because we have seen some characters from movies pop up in this as well, but it's mostly comic books and literature, but more comic books than anything else. But all of these characters, Superman, the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the Hulk, every character that Image has ever created, we see characters like Hit Girl, we see The Walking Dead, like the actual zombies from The Walking Dead, who, mind you, even in the real world, are in black and white.
Black and white.
Dude, it was just like, oh my god. all of these, like, you know what? Nah. I want to show this to y'all because I think this was crossover number 6, right? Where they had that huge ass splash page.
That splash page, yeah.
So in this comic, another thing that happened, I think this was crossover number 5 when they did the amalgam. Like when they started talking about the amalgams. The amalgams were basically like they were basically taking. Yeah, they were taking the characters, like and melding them together. The government was taking the characters, melding them together to turn them into new heroes, which was basically a play on the Marvel DC amalgam. You can even see some characters in here that, like, you see Wolverine back here, who's kind of mixed with some other stuff. You see all these different characters who are like mixes and matches of like random different characters. Like you see Gamora and Sleepwalker and various. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy talk that this is even happening. And then you see this one right here. Motherfucking Witchblade, Luther Strode. See, motherfucking the zombies. These are the black and white zombies. These are the zombies from Walking Dead. See, the Darkness. Glory.
Two.
Right, yes. Like, dude, how is Donny Cates not been sued yet?
Now, I will say that a lot of those are Image properties.
A lot of them are, yes.
But that ending to this newest issue, as far as I know, that is still Icon, which is still Marvel.
Wait, I thought was that not? I thought that was Bendis's. What is it? What did he call it? Jinx World or some shit like that.
As far as I knew, they were still with Icon, and that was still Marvel. Okay, so here's what we're getting at, you all. So long and short of it is, real Chip Zdarsky is talking to comic Chip Zdarsky, and they're bonding. And basically, comic Chip Zdarsky is saying, "I'm trying to keep you safe, so we can figure out who's doing this." And lo and behold,
it is Image. It is Image.
Okay.
So they can't get away with it. They can get away with it.
Okay, so long and short of it is, comic Chip Zdarsky ends up sacrificing himself to save the real Chip Zdarsky. And our real Chip goes to get some help to figure out who's doing all of these horrible things. And who does he hire but Brian Bendis' own team from Powers?
Yep. Lord, I fell out when I saw that shit. Because it was the first thing I thought. I was like, is that the motherfuckers from Powers? Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. By the way, we still got some super chats in here, too. I want to make sure we don't forget about. Oh, my God. Dude, I'm still tripping off that shit, dude. I've been putting it off for a while. I may wind up doing a video for Crossover just because I love that comic so much. I love it so much. John the Motor coming through with
you so quick. I would
What's
do
that?
that one with you so quick.
Oh, dude, hey, you are more than welcome to. John the Motor coming through with the 1999 super chat. So I just want to say thanks. Get those likes up, people. Have a great holiday. Vets like myself feel a certain way, but enjoy. Hey, dude, I feel you. Dude, you know what? By the way, we didn't even talk about that. The fact that, yeah, tomorrow, 4th of July, y'all be safe, please. Please and thank you. I really want y'all to stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. And by the way, if you get arrested on the weekend, you are not getting out of jail until Tuesday. Because it will technically, if I'm not mistaken, government holiday, it's going to roll over into Monday. You ain't seen the judge till Tuesday morning. So y'all be careful out there. Thank you for that, Jonathan. And then we got King Kunta with $2 super chat. Says Michael Jackson says Professor X and Prince Magneto. Dude, the world ain't ready for that kind of drip. The world is not ready for that kind of drip, okay? Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Wait, listen, you know what? I've been procrastinating on picking up Crossover, but y'all just sold me on the whole jive. Now I'm have to jump on it quick. Dude, I highly recommend it. Carter, is there anything else about Crossover that's of note that should be brought up? I can't think of anything.
Nothing that I want to talk about.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to divulge too much. Here, let's. I'm pulling up the.
Just know that crossover, it literally means what it says crossover. And
Yeah,
so far, nothing is off the table. I mean, even the covers should be getting them in some fucking trouble.
dude, it's wild. Here's what I'll say about crossover. It's the only thing I want to say about it. Beyond what we've already said. This is probably the most ambitious story anyone has ever written in some time. And I honestly think that, and I'm going to say this, I would tell Donnie Cates this to him, to his face. I think he put the lion's share of his energy in this story and not King in Black. Like, when y'all ask me, like, why I'm so down on King in Black, it's because crossover exists, and I know Donnie Cates could do better.
Nope. The reason you are down on King in Black was because there were too many goddamn tie-ins that didn't have anything to do with King in Black, but they stopped King in Black from coming out. Had it come out at a reasonable, bi-weekly, every monthly, what have you, had it come out and not have shitty tie-ins come out, you would have liked King Black because it would have been a quick, consistent story, bing, bang, boom. But what you got,
that is true. That is true.
That put one symbiote in the comic and then said it was a King Black tie-in. Fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm. That's I agree with that. I agree with you 1,000%. That is also the reason why I am down on King in Black. If they would have just said, all right, cool, issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, month to month to month to month, cool, get us out of here, I'd have been fine with that. Let's get into. Actually, I'll take here. There's one question. Someone was a Creek Evil. This is given how the Disney Plus series are introducing new characters. What new characters and villains we like to see in Miss Marvel, Ironheart, Armor Wars, and Secret Invasion? I don't think we're gonna get them, but I know Christopher McDonald. There was a lot of rumors going around that he might be playing Norman Osborn in the Marvel Comics universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean. I don't think that's actually going to happen, but if it did, I'd be cool with it. I would love to see Norman Osborn because I think introducing Norman Osborn for Secret Invasion is definitely necessary. Ironheart, I would actually like for them to pull from the Eve L. Ewing Ironheart series, bring in characters like Silhouette and Midnight's Fire. For those of you who are familiar, those are New Warriors characters, OG New Warriors characters at that. Miss Marvel, honestly, I wouldn't really care who you brought in. I honestly would rather just focus on Miss Marvel. I would actually, for that show, I'd actually rather them play against type. I'd rather them have little small, like, cameos of characters who are already established in the MCU. Kind of like what we saw in Thor the Dark World, where Loki was pretending to be Captain America for like 2 seconds. Goofy shit like that. I would love to see moments where Miss Marvel is like building up shit in her own head and just have those actual characters show up, but like make it funny. Like do it in a really funny way. I think that'd be really awesome. Also, can we get Viv Vision? I'd like to see Viv Vision pop up somewhere. Just putting that out there. First Discord question. The Urban Princess Strong Style asks, what are your thoughts on Zelina Vega having returned to the WWE? And I heard she was deleting tweets about forming a union. I guess Jesse Ventura was right about wrestlers being out for themselves. Yeah, she walking back them statements. She has been walking back them statements. Honestly, I find it hilarious considering the fact that her husband just recently got fired. But she came crawling back to WWE. Lord have mercy. After all the shit she done talked. I don't know. I have different. I don't know. I'm kind of down on Zelina Vega lately as a result of that, if I'm being brutally honest. Because now it makes it seem like even more that WWE only fired her because of her ideas about forming a wrestlers union. And it seems like they were more than happy to bring her back when she kissed the ring. And yeah, I don't know. Wrestling's a weird industry. Let's see here. Blackbone asked, following HBO's dumbass decision to cancel Lovecraft Country, what would you want to see the showrunner Misha Green work on next? Something from Marvel, DC, Image, other? Also, I just discovered Michael Shea, and I could swear he and Carter are brothers or something. Anything we need to know, Carter?
If my PC was not on the fritz and I was not resetting it, I would ban that person.
It's okay. I won't let that happen. You're good, Blackbone. No, Misha Green. Okay, you know what? If Disney decided to go all in on like a Monica Rambeau Disney Plus series, I mean technically Secret Invasion is her show, or she'll at least be a part of it, but I would love to see Misha Green tackle something like that. I know we have Regina King already directing Bitter Root. But I'd love to see Misha Green maybe take on maybe writing duties for something like that, or if they were doing a Bitterroot television series or something like that, maybe take on something like that. Or what was that show? What was that comic? Excellence. Like if she did something like that, I'd love to see her make maybe do a little something with that. I think Misha Green's a great writer. She definitely deserves the work. Let's see here. What's next on our list? Prince of Apathy says, all the white people off Batwoman before the last season. Any chance the third season earns a reprieve? I don't think so. I don't believe so. Honestly,
have you seen Batwing?
Oh,
Looking like
about
a whole ass pop vinyl because the big ass helmet they gave him.
See, that's my problem. I wish that Batwing would. I like the look of Batwing, except for when he has the helmet on.
I just want a Green Lantern Diggle show. That's all I ask.
Yeah, and apparently, God, why am I blanking on the actor's name? But basically, he came out and said that it's probably not going to happen, or it won't ever happen.
No, man. What's his name? David Ramsey?
David Ramsey, yes.
Yeah.
I remember something he said recently. He kind of came out and said, here, let me make sure I want to make sure I'm not misquoting him. But, where is it? There was some news that came out, like, recently. That basically was kind of like, yeah, no. I can't find it. It's I'm not seeing it on here, but anyway, neither here nor there. Yasuke, what's going on, pimp? Comes through with the question, says, "What up, Ernie and Carter?" Says, "I hope y'all are doing well. That Detective Walker and Pilgrim reveal in Crossover 7 blew my fucking mind so much. I rewatched the first episode of Powers after reading it. Are there any characters that haven't shown up in the book yet that you'd want to see? For me, it says, was it Mark, Alana, and Hazel from Saga, or Renato Jones show up? I'm going to lose my damn mind." Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. If for me, because we've already seen some of his characters from God Country, some other Image Comics adjacent characters. Oh, man. I tell you what. If the characters... Okay, if the Sangeryes show up, greatest book of all time. If the Sangeryes from Bitterroot show up, it's rap. It's rap. It's the greatest comic of all time. You heard it here first. Carter, is there anybody you'd want to see that we haven't seen yet? Like anyone who would shock you. Like someone who legitimately would shock you.
Honestly, I don't think they're... No, that's... Fuck. Anyone from Saga would have been a good surprise. Oh, God, that's a... Because then at that point, you got to sit down and think about every image, anything.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, no. If anything, that's making me want to reread Renato Jones, to be honest.
Yeah. I need to get back on Saga, is what I need to do. Jesus Christ. I'm behind on Saga like a motherfucker. Not like it's coming back anytime soon, but I mean, still, I need to get caught up on it. I need to get caught up on... There's so many comics I'm behind on.
it would be funny if, like, at some point we got some villains in that book, and the villains were all the crazy women that hacked their boob off in Why the Last Man.
Dude. See,
That'd be
now
funny.
that's an idea. That's an idea right there. That is an idea right there. Let's see here. What do we got? We got 2 more super chats, and then we're calling it. We got one from who's I feel like I'm gonna fuck a name up, and I'm gonna feel real bad about it. Is Janilla Weaver? I probably fucked the name all the way up. Thank you for that $9.99 super chat. I suck at names. Y'all should know this about me by now. Also, thank you for recently subscribing. And then we got Timothy McCallum with the $5 super chat. Says, have a good weekend, fellas. I hope you guys are having a good weekend as well. Before we get out of here, do you want to say, Carter, do you have anything going on this weekend we need to make people aware of?
Well, honestly, I was planning on streaming some more of that Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt that I streamed the other day on my YouTube. But since I'm resetting this PC, I don't know how long this is gonna take.
Oh,
So,
yeah. About that.
so it may or may not be anything for me today. It might strictly be just the Ernie and Carter present the PS4 boys. I don't
Hey,
know.
we might jump on something later. I thought about doing something tomorrow, but then I realized it was 4th of July. But I'm not doing anything for 4th of July. I don't really celebrate 4th of July like that. So,
Yeah.
and even if we did, my family is going to be going to one of my sister-in-law's houses, and they have too many goddamn cats, and I'm allergic to cats, so I'm not going. And they were very unapologetic in that they weren't putting the cats away, so I am perfectly fine staying my black ass at home. That said, I probably will do a little something tomorrow. We might just be fucking around playing some PlayStation games. I don't give a fuck. But that said, I do want to let you guys know, thank you all, everyone who is here, everyone who's still here. Thank you. We have almost 300 likes in this motherfucker. Make sure if you haven't done so already, hit that like button on the way out. Let's get us over 300 likes, and we're going to be basically mobbing up out of here. I hope you guys have a safe, happy, healthy 4th of July. Stay safe. Don't do anything too crazy. I don't want to be hearing about y'all not getting out of the jail and seeing the judge until Tuesday. All that aside, keep it plus ultra. I'll see you guys next time. We out of here. Peace.